is that long ago?
2001.
Because I remember being young, and was there a scene with like a school bus?
Yeah, so that was Jeepers Creepers 2.
Okay, because I just remember seeing that and being like, not going to see that movie. That is going to scare the hell out of me.
He can smell your fear, and
Yeah.
anything he eats becomes a part of his body.
Got
it's a little
it.
weird. You know I'm a little weird.
Yeah.
So it's like 11 o'clock. My wife's asleep. My kids are asleep. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to put on some Jeepers Creepers. Go back to the old childhood days.
Yeah. So will you watch a scary movie tonight?
No, what I'll watch is Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus?
Yeah, my mother used
with
to
Sarah
watch
Jessica Parker?
Yes.
It was like Bette Midler or something?
Yeah. That's a Zachary Binks. So, I'm going to watch Hocus Pocus for my kids, for myself.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, and you will watch it with the kids?
I'm going to watch it with the kids
Okay.
after we go, or maybe before we go trick-or-treating. But by the time we get home, man, it's going to be late anyway.
Yeah.
What about you, man? What you going to do?
You want to know what, man?
You dressing up?
No, I'm not going to dress up. I've only dressed up for Halloween twice in my whole life.
Okay.
And that's when I was in college.
All right.
Because we didn't celebrate Halloween when I was growing up, and so I just didn't. But when we were in college, you go out. You get all into it. So
college days.
Yeah, I think it was like my sophomore and my junior year. I might have done it 3 times my senior year too. But no dressing up for me. I'll bring the kids out. Our neighborhood. I mean, you talk about a poppin' neighborhood. Like, our whole neighborhood gets into all the festivities, like Christmas decorations, Halloween, and they really do it to a degree that we personally don't. But I love it that we live there because our kids just, I mean, every single house, if not every house, maybe 8 out of every 10 house is all decked out. And I'll pour myself a stiff cocktail, put it in a Yeti.
A tall one.
And you know what we did? I picked up 4 pizzas from Take and Make Pizzas from Papa Murphy's.
Yes.
And so we have those at the house, and my wife is going to have a couple of her friends over, and they're going to bring their kids, and so there'll be like maybe 8-10 of us walking our neighborhood, and I may, I'll watch the World Series tonight, and then the Nuggets as well, and I'll be going back and forth, and then after that, I probably will put on some form of scary movie.
Yeah, just to get into like the holiday spirit a little bit. This is the last time that's going to happen for a little while. And then, of course, you got Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yeah, I'm already seeing the Christmas commercials.
I know. I'm already seeing the Christmas lights being put up. People are just like, oh, man, in our neighborhood, yeah.
Really?
Yes, they're ready for it.
No, you can't do it before Halloween. You have to at least wait till after Halloween.
You know what's funny is speaking of Houston, because I played in Houston, and we're playing them this week. For Halloween, they do it big. They do it huge. There's this I want to say it's not just a neighborhood. They shut down 5 or 6, maybe 7 different neighborhoods, and they end up doing trick or treat. So they shut down all the neighborhoods so their cars can't go through it, and all the kids just run up and down. I mean, you can get candy for days, and it's pretty cool. It's an awesome thing that they have done for years. For years they have done it, and I was thankful to be a part of that. And that was the year that my son was old enough to finally go trick-or-treating. We dressed him up as Nacho Libre because he was a little fat. So we had put a little mustache on him, and he got to have his shirt off. That's how you know that you're in Houston when it's 80 degrees.
Right. It's going to be freezing tonight.
I know, man. I'm not looking forward to it. So, but it was just something like, just because we're playing Houston, like we got to have Halloween out there, and they do it up when it comes to Halloween in Houston.
Well, they say everything's bigger in Texas.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Yeah, it's going to be a fun night. Everyone be safe. There's always a couple weirdos on a night like tonight.
Yes, there is.
There's always a couple weirdos. And there's just weirdos out there daily. There's too many human beings in the world for there not to be a percentage of very strange weirdos. Just be safe, everyone, and drive slow. Yeah, check the candy. And have fun with it. And I want to throw this out to the RamosLaw.com text line. Give me a scary movie to watch tonight. I haven't watched a scary movie in a while, but I don't want like a slasher film. I'm not talking about like a Friday the 13th and a Nightmare on Elm Street. Like I've seen all those.
The Conjuring, Zach. I'm telling you, The Conjuring.
A movie more like that.
Yes.
Like
that's scary.
A movie that scared the hell out of me. I mentioned it earlier in the week that I watched before was The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Yeah, that's something like The Conjuring.
That's so. Hit me with a movie like that. I fear Conjuring may shake me to my core.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, there's times I'm a grown man and I'm still like looking through the closet when it's dark out there, looking under my bed, saying, "Okay, is there something there that I need to fight off.
Yeah,
so, man, your mind, your imagination starts to take over sometimes when you're watching scary movies.
Yeah, and I've seen this twice already on the RamosLaw.com text line, and Mike Evans put it in a trivia question. Rosemary's Baby. Rosemary's Baby. I've never heard of that before this week, but I'm already seeing it multiple times. Rock and Roll Brian, our engineer here on location, is like, yeah, watch that. I've never seen it. Apparently, it's a throwback, but
Rosemary's Baby.
Maybe I'll dip my toe in that. All right, what we're going to be dipping our toe in a lot, we're going to be diving head first, is this Broncos-Houston game. Can the Broncos go to 7-2 for the first time since the Super Bowl 50 season? All right. Also, can the Broncos win 6 straight games for the first time since the Super Bowl 50 season, 2015? This Texans defense, just how real is it? They have a takeaway in 5 consecutive games. But at the same time, this is a 3-4 team. And the quarterbacks that they've beaten are Cam Ward, Cooper Rush, and Mac Jones. But here's my question, and I'll call this a fishy line. A fishy line.
A fishy line.
When I see sometimes a spread in football from the odds makers where I'm like, how does this – doesn't really add up to me.
So you have
a 3-4 football team, a losing football team.
Yeah.
And the 3 wins are over Cam Ward, Cooper Rush, and Mac Jones. The Broncos are a 6-2 football team, one of the best in the NFL, quite frankly. The 2 losses have come with context and circumstance where you could actually argue the Broncos should be 8-0. So how is Houston – I know the game's on the road, but how is Houston favored to beat the Broncos?
The only thing I can think of right now in my head, in this beautiful head of mine, is a lot of people still don't believe in the Denver Broncos offense and it being a little bit of fool's gold. Pat Surtain's and everything, him being out and him being your best player on the football field, and he is not going to be there on the road. So those 2 things come to mind. Do people believe in the offense that Sean Payton puts out there with Bo Nix, although a lot of people in Broncos country do? They think that Bo Nix is that franchise quarterback. But can you do it against a really good, quote-unquote, really good defense?
Yeah.
And then Pat Surtain, he's not out there. You know you're going to play a lot of man, but you don't have your best guy out there that's locked down, playing sticky defense. So now you might have to change your defense up because of that. What does that look like going against C.J. Stroud, who's starting to kind of catch fire as they're talking about throughout
he's getting better.
The country is like, hey, he's getting better. He's starting to put things together. His receiving core is starting to come back, and they're getting healthy. So I think a lot of that has to do with PS2 and maybe this offense, and maybe a lot of people are not believing in this offense just yet.
All right. Interesting dynamic. I can't wait to talk about it. The Broncos, I want to just put this on our radar here. The Broncos lead the NFL in sacks with 36. The Texans' offensive line ranks 28th in pass block win rate, an opportunity for this defense to really get after C.J. Stroud, who has a tendency to hold on to that football. Man, the amount of suggestions that have come in, because I said, hey, I want to maybe watch a scary movie late night.
Spooky season.
I mean, so many. A Haunting in Connecticut. I remember when that came out. I've not seen it. Someone says Insidious.
That can get scary too.
Insidious?
Yeah.
The Sixth Sense. That's a classic.
Yep.
That's a classic. Always love that. Someone says Paranormal Activity. Do you see that one?
Yeah, like there's a bunch of them though. It's kind of weird. It's like in real life, somebody videotaping. So sometimes you can get, I don't know what they call it, but it's like seasick, like where everything's just moving.
Oh,
so
got it.
At times I'm like, I don't want to. I'm tired of watching that. It makes my head hurt.
Someone says, watch Sinister. Pet Cemetery. I watch Pet Cemetery. Have you ever seen Pet Cemetery? Oh, my gosh. That movie scared the heck out of me. Someone says The Exorcist. I have seen that. A lot of Sinister. Silence of the Lambs. Someone says has it all. That's Robert from Denver. Love Silence of the Lambs. I don't think that's well, it's scary, though. It's scary, but not, someone says The Grudge. Wasn't The Grudge when the woman was washing her hair and the hands were back there?
Yeah, and then coming out of the TV.
Yes. That was The Ring as well. A lot of Rosemary's Baby. Someone says Salem's Lot. Shudder. The Shining. Love The Shining. I have seen that. Man, a lot of good suggestions coming in on the RamosLaw.com text line. And my guy John Simmer from the morning says Conjuring's really good.
Yes.
Also, Hereditary is great. If you have not seen that either. Have you seen that one?
No, I haven't seen that one yet.
Okay. All right. Great stuff. Off and rolling here on a Bud Light Football Friday. Life without Pat Surtain begins on Sunday. And I want to talk about the gap left when the Defensive Player of the Year is taken out of the equation. Coming up next.
Can the Broncos offense stay red hot against the Texans? How will Vance Joseph handle the absence of Patrick Surtain? We'll break it all down in the Fan Football pregame show. Live on game day starting at 9 a.m. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here on behalf of the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, talking to you men out there about how you're feeling on this Friday. Are you energized for the weekend? Are you fired up? All right? Or do you feel like you barely made it across the finish line to finish the week? You have low energy. You're feeling sluggish. Maybe your sleep patterns are off. You didn't make it to the gym this week. Or maybe you did and you just didn't feel productive the way that you used to. And maybe because of all this, you're putting on some weight. And hopefully you're not feeling sad or depressed. Guys, believe it or not, these can all be tied back to symptoms of low testosterone, all right? Which is normal. It happens to us men as we age, all right? You didn't do anything wrong. But I encourage you, go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com, take the low T quiz on their website. Simple 10-question quiz, yes or no answers. Takes you less than 2 minutes. But from there, you can schedule a consult with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. They'll draw your blood. They'll have the results within 30 minutes. A Colorado licensed medical provider will review those results with you, discuss your options, and you will make a decision together with their medical team. There's no pressure. Cost of the appointment is just $99. That includes a medical consult, a T and PSA test. And if you sign up for testosterone treatment the day of your appointment, your visit is on the house. Fellas, you got one life to live. Don't wonder if you're suffering from low testosterone. Go take that low T quiz at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Fall means football, and at Postman Law, we know winning matters. Our attorneys have won more than $3 billion for our clients, delivering the results they need when life gets tough. Car crash, workplace injury, serious accident. We know the insurance company's playbook, and we're here to help rewrite it for you with speed, ease, and results. Call 844-POSTMAN or visit postmanlaw.com. Others promise. Postman delivers. This is attorney advertising.
Bonnie from O'Meara Ford has convinced me they really want to earn your business. So, talk to me, Bonnie.
Well, O'Meara has over 1,000 vehicles to choose from. Plus, we have the largest service center in the region with 84 service bays. And we've sold 1 million vehicles since 1913. Our friendly staff will treat you right. And when it comes to repairs, our knowledgeable technicians do it right the first time.
There it is. O'Meara saves you time and money, whether you buy new or used. O'MearaFord.com.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Any jewelry store can sell you a diamond.
But there's only one family jeweler in Colorado that was literally built on them.
In fact, we've sold more diamonds to more couples for more years than any other jeweler in Denver. I'm Steve Williams.
I'm Dylan.
And I'm Shayna Williams. That's why we built Williams Jewelers of Inglewood, an entire store totally dedicated to celebrating your love.
All the world's top bridal designers, 10 times the certified loose diamonds.
And Denver's true diamond experts, like me, who will share their knowledge and passion and how to get the most diamond for your money, guaranteed.
So whether you're looking for the perfect perfect diamond engagement ring.
Or that second diamond celebrating a love of many years.
We have the perfect diamond for you.
That's why every day, more couples say will you with Williams.
Where Colorado shines.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos.
Off and rolling. Here on a Bud Light Football Friday, live from Skippy's Bar and Grill in Aurora. What up, Phil?
Woo! What's going on, man?
Man, happy Friday to you.
Oh, happy Friday to you. It's Halloween.
Happy
spooky
Halloween.
Season. We get to talk all sports. We get to talk about the Nuggets. We get to talk about the Avs. And, of course, them damn Denver Broncos.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. Big weekend ahead. And it feels like that it feels like this is the biggest test yet of the season. Or amongst them, maybe side by side with Philly, going into Philly. But this is the NFL's best defense in the Houston Texans, going up against the strength of the Broncos. That's a great defense as well. But, man, it's a little bit different this time around without Pat Surtain, who is going to miss only his third game ever for the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, it's a sad situation for the Denver Broncos defense to be in, where you have your best player, and honestly, he's the best player on the team, but your best player that's not going to be available for you. And now for VJ, what do? How do you react? How do you put these players in the best situations possible to kind of fill that void of not having PS2? What does that look like for Riley Moss? And is it going to be Chris Abrams-Drain, or are we going with Jahdae Barron? No matter who you're going with, both sides, when it comes to Riley Moss and whoever that guy is on the side of Riley, you're going to have to find a way to be creative, which means, my guessing is, you're putting two safeties back so that you can have help over the top. Now you have Hufanga and Brendan Jones that are not going to be up front and personal with you trying to make tackles, and you can use them as blitzers. Now they're going to have to play more coverage to help these young cornerbacks out until you can kind of get a beat on what Houston really wants to do, and you're going to have to rely on that damn pass rush now, Zach. And not just about blitzing. It's about, can your elite pass rush, Nick Bonito, Jonathan Cooper, Zach Allen, John Franklin Myers, can they get to C.J. Stroud and put pressure on him? It doesn't have to just be sacks, but can you put pressure on him to help your young cornerbacks out in Riley Moss, Chris Abrams-Drain / Jahdae Barron?
Well, the Broncos play the most man-to-man coverage in the NFL. Denver is number one. They're actually the only team of the 32 NFL teams that plays at least 60% of their coverage snaps in man. And then you're missing the best man cornerback that the NFL has to offer, and
the best player, best cornerback in the league.
Yeah, and flat out one of the best football players in the NFL, regardless of position. And it's like we don't know, and we can't know because we don't have enough sample size of what it looks like without Pat Surtain, which is a testament to his availability, by the way. How concerned are you specifically for this game in a vacuum?
I'm pretty concerned, and here's why. You're going up against a Houston Texans team that believes that they're getting back on track. You're going up against a Houston Texans team that are bringing back both their starting receivers in Christian Kirk and also Nico Collins.
Yeah, so as they're getting healthy, the Broncos are getting,
and so great. It's like, what do you do with that? Nick Chubb, running back. Now, the one thing about the run game with Houston hasn't been great, but also they don't have Joe Mixon in the mix, I should say, and one of the better running backs when healthy. So they've been relying on Nick Chubb, and a young running back by the name of Woody Marks.
Yeah, how about him out of USC? I believe fourth rounder, really making an impact.
Yes, very explosive, very aggressive when it comes to the pass game. They're getting him involved with screens. He has the speed to take it to the house. Now, he was on the injury report earlier with his calf, but I still think he's going to play. That's what I'm hearing out there in Houston. So you're going to have to watch out for him. So not having PS2 there, man, it's hard. It's tough. And I'm a little bit concerned to see what Riley Moss and Chris Abrams-Drain. Let's just go with Chris Abrams-Drain because I don't know if they're going to put Jahdae Barron out there. I feel like they're going to put Chris Abrams-Drain out there because he's been in the league a little bit longer. He has had opportunities on the outside.
Man, but this is I'll tell you, this is another piece of evidence that Jahdae Barron just might not be where they thought he was going to be. And I think that's super reasonable. Chris Abrams-Drain is a second-year player.
Yeah.
And a fifth-rounder. Jahdae Barron, yeah, he's got rookie status, but this is the 20th overall pick in the NFL draft. And this is an opportunity, like, for him to step into this role. And I to what degree, I don't know, but I think it's revealing to a certain extent that if they go with Chris Abrams-Drain, which I believe that they're going to. Like, did you hear the tone from Sean Payton when he was asked about Jahdae Barron earlier in the week?
I did.
This is Sean from yesterday on if this is the week that Barron's ability to play to be a flex player actually comes into play. Listen to Sean. All right, we'll get that cut for you. Go ahead and fire it, Dante.
We'll see. We'll see. Not going to tell you if he's playing outside or inside. Why would I do that?
I mean, so like he was just annoyed with going to the Barron topic. He just was. And again, I'm not inside that building. I don't know exactly what's going on. But Mike Kliss told us weeks ago the plan for Barron on draft night was for him to be a starter, a boundary starter, and he's not. And now you got guys getting hurt at the position, and he's still not starting? It's just strange.
You know what it sounds like is like maybe Sean wants Jahdae Barron to start, but you have VJ saying, Coach, he's not ready. I may not trust him like you do or like you want me to do right now. Because I know one thing about VJ. VJ really doesn't want to lean on rookies. He really doesn't. He had no choice with us when I was there, when it was Royce Freeman, it was Bradley Chubb and myself, because we didn't have the depth that the Denver Broncos do. If it was up to VJ, he would play all veteran players. And so maybe that's something where it's like, okay, Chris Abrams-Drain is not a veteran, but he's been in this system longer. He knows what he can do. He had that game last year against Justin Herbert, against the Chargers, where Chris Abrams-Drain was able to pick off Justin Herbert for his fourth pick of that year. So I just think that he trusts someone like Chris Abrams-Drain a little bit more than Jahdae Barron on the outside. Because playing on the outside is way different in man than playing nickel, where you do have help and you do have inside linebackers and the safeties inside to help you out a little bit more. When you're on that island, one-on-one, Imano versus Imano kind of thing. Did I say that right?
Yeah, you were close enough to understand what you meant.
Okay, there we go. When you're able to do that, like it's just a different ball game, and you have to be able to trust that cornerback to do his job, especially if you're going to go man-to-man all game long.
Well, J-Mac's still going to be in the nickel spot.
Yeah.
Right? So it's just going to be another week where we don't really see Jahdae Barron. This is Vance Joseph from earlier this week, yesterday to be specific, how difficult it will be without the Defensive Player of the Year, Pat Surtain.
Well, Pat's a great player, obviously, Mike. You're never as good, as you could be, without your best players. So, but that being said, I'm confident in our group. It's a hand-picked roster, and every year you kind of talk about next man up. So here's a chance for a young guy to kind of play and make a name for himself.
Well,
he doesn't seem too happy.
No, we didn't. No.
Is he really sad?
He sounds like he's missing his best football player, on which so much of what they do defensively is predicated on. Okay, here we go. What an opportunity for Riley Moss in a starting role.
Yeah, go get paid. 3 games without PS2 for sure. You're gonna see PS2 out for 3 games. Riley, make a name for yourself. Shut all the haters up by going out there, executing, playing sticky defense, and go make yourself some money for these next 3 games.
Riley Moss has allowed opposing quarterbacks to complete just 45% of their passes when targeting Moss this season. That mark is the lowest amongst all NFL cornerbacks who have been targeted at least 30 times this year, he's done a good job. Doesn't mean he's perfect. Doesn't mean he's not going to have a penalty. But it also doesn't mean every penalty that's called on him is
his fault.
Like you see some of these, man, oh man. Pat Surtain said they're racially profiling him. Do you hear him say that? So
like,
funny.
Free my dude.
Yeah.
Free my dude Riley.
Unbelievable. Well, outside of Pat Surtain, we have another impactful Bronco missing on Sunday, while another is set to return. What's the bigger deal between the two? We'll talk about it next.
The Broncos are hitting the road for a showdown with Houston. Kick your football Sunday off in style with Denver Game Day. Powered by Common Spirit Health, official healthcare partner of the Denver Broncos. Live on Game Day starting at 7 a.m. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
I'm Scott Hansen, host of NFL Red Zone. Lowe's knows Sundays are for football. That's why we're here to help you get your next DIY project done, even when the clock isn't on your side. Whether that's a new Filtrete filter or Bosch and Cobalt power tools, Lowe's has everything you need to feel like the MVP of DIY. So get it done and earn your Sunday. Shop now, in-store and online. Lowe's, official partner of the NFL.
Progressive presents a testimonial of sorts.
Hey, slow down! Oh, yeah? Well, you drive like my grandma. She's a very attentive and courteous driver who wears a seatbelt and always uses her turn signals. She's also a talented painter and has very low cholesterol. Not that that has anything to do with her drive. We just thought a more complete picture of who she is might be interesting. Anyway, have a nice day.
Safe driver? Get Snapshot from Progressive and get a personalized rate based on how you drive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents. Surcharge possible for unsafe driving.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity, and the other day I'm over at a friend's place. He's pumped to watch football, but his setup, total mess. Lagging, buffering, switching between apps, trying to find a game. He claimed to be a big fan, but I feel like I was being fan-fished. See, if you call yourself a football fan, you gotta have Xfinity. It's the ultimate sports destination. I can find the best games and my favorite teams all in one place. And the way I watch, well, it's next level. It's the perfect fan flex. I've got all the action right in my living room, plus Xfinity's best picture and sound with enhanced 4K, so clear it feels like I'm in the stadium. Sometimes I've got 4 games going on at once. Why? Because why not? On top of that, I get real-time notifications, live stats right on my TV. It's the best seat in the house every single time. Next game day, make sure that big fan isn't a big fail. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Multi-view requires Xfinity 4K cable TV box.
Samantha Flanagan here for Flanagan Law. Think a fender bender can't cause serious injuries? Think again. Many significant injuries don't show symptoms immediately. I've seen it. Protect your rights. Look for the Shamrock. Go with Flanagan Law. Online at flanagan.law.
Here's the tale of the daily med fill. Same old pharmacy, same old bill. But those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings Wrangler rode in. Cool as can be. Tap Good RX. Saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. The deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang. That one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not insurance.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
How good does it feel to let go of 82 pounds in just 16 weeks? And I feel free. Soda Weight Loss is the #1 weight loss company in America for client satisfaction and results.
In 16 weeks, I lost 82 pounds because I had learned how to eat smarter. And that's what Soda does. They don't just help you lose weight fast, they help you keep it off.
Join Soda Weight Loss now, and your partner joins for free. Visit sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Looking to sell your used Rolex watch? We buy and sell pre-owned Rolex watches, all styles from old to new. Hi, I'm Scott Matthew with Matthew Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry. Bring in your Rolex watch and we will buy it on the spot. Matthews, located in Highlands Ranch, serving Colorado since 1951.
Thinking about buying a home in Colorado? You're not the only one, and now might be your best shot. We're officially in a buyer's market, which means you've got the upper hand. More homes are on the market, competition is down, and serious deals are out there just waiting to be found. Whether you're a first-time buyer or looking to upgrade or downsize, now's the time to get pre-approved. And American Financing can make that happen in 24 hours or less. And here's the kicker. When you work with both American Financing and their partner American Home Agents, you can receive a credit on closing costs of up to 1% or a max of $10,000 on your home loan. If you've been sitting on the sidelines, it's time to step in, and American Financing is the place to start. Don't let the 20% down myth stop you. You could buy a home with as little as 3% down, and with down payment assistance programs available, getting into a home might be easier than you think. Pick up the phone, call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
Macy's Backstage is a whole department inside your Macy's store where you can find the latest looks all for under $30. With new arrivals every day, you never know what you'll find. Find a location at Macy'sBackstage.com.
This segment on The Fan is brought to you by Embers Golf, where your passion meets the green.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, DU Hockey skates with Alaska Anchorage in Game 1 with pregame starting at 6:30. Saturday morning on 104.3 HD2, Air Force football faces Army with pregame starting at 9:30. Then on 104.3 HD3, DU Hockey skates with Alaska Anchorage in Game 2 with pregame starting at 5:30.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at WistaraCU.com.
It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, hanging out with you on a Bud Light Football Friday. Just spent some time talking about Pat Surtain's absence and who needs to step up and fill that void. And, you know,
the whole team.
Well,
and the coaching staff.
Vance kind of said that, you know, like he was like, not, and it's not groundbreaking, but it's like not one guy's going to replace Pat Surtain.
No.
Like, you need to do it collectively. And, you know, and we'll see how it goes. You know, on the RamosLaw.com text line, LOL, you guys are hilarious. Riley Moss is about to get smoked.
Ooh.
Well, guess what? He may be. He's guarding, you know, a really awesome wide receiver, Nico Collins, who is a number one. And we'll see. I don't think he's going to get smoked, though. And you want to know what? I'd say to that texter, 822, we don't see Riley Moss get smoked a lot.
No.
There's a difference between getting beat and getting smoked. Riley Moss gets beat from time to time. He'll have a penalty from time to time, but we don't see Riley Moss like in someone's dust or out of the frame when someone's making a catch. That's not who Riley Moss is.
And also, Zach, it's going to be a different preparation for Riley.
Sure.
He's going in there with a different mindset, knowing that, hey, I am the guy now, that they are going to pick on me. And so now I have to make sure that I'm watching more film. I have to make sure that my eyes are in the right spots. My technique, my footwork is locked down. He's going to be locked in. And I'll never forget, when I had the opportunity to finally start in this league, it was week 5. We were playing Arizona. It was after the Arizona game. After Von Miller called his shot.
The guarantee
before the
guarantee
Halloween party.
Heard around the world.
And Royce in that game ends up hurting his ankle really bad. So going into that next game, I was like, okay, either they're going to let me start or they're going to let Devontae Booker start. It's going to show me how much they trust me. We're walking out to football practice, and Bill Musgrave comes up to me with my running back coach Curtis Markins, and he says, they both say, hey, Phil, so are you ready for this week? Do you think that you can handle the load? And I'm looking at him like, do you know who I am? 185 pounds full of muscle, baby. I'm ready for the load. I'm ready to go out there and show you guys I can be a starting running back in this league.
Sure. And
when they gave me the nod, the go-ahead that I was going to be the starter and I was going to get the carries against the Kansas City Chiefs in Arrowhead, I was like, okay, this is my moment. This is my time to shine. and my focus was a lot more locked in, that laser focus I always talk about. All right, attention to detail was there in practice because I was a guy that couldn't get right in practice, but you get on that football field during the game, I was going to be explosive. But that day, that week during practice, I was locked in, and I went out there, and I would have had 100 yards. I want to say 2 or 3 of my big-time runs got called back. I ended up with like 95, 98 yards, a touchdown, and the rest was history. I ended up starting the rest of the year. So what I'm saying for Riley is he's going to be in a different mindset, knowing that this is his chance to show the world, show those haters out there like on our text line, that he is an elite cornerback in this league, and it's going to be a build-up, and he's going to be one of the best to do it. In order to do that, you have to have the opportunity, and he has the opportunity now to go out there and make a lot of damn money for himself.
I love it. All right. There's other moving parts in this game on Sunday. Marvin Mims will likely, and we don't know for sure, but he'll likely miss the game with a concussion.
Yeah.
Right? I asked you earlier in the week, hey, on a scale of 1 to 10, how big is the PS2 deal? And you said it was an 8. I think I agree with you. The Mims, his absence, on a scale of 1 to 10, how big of a deal is it? 10, the season's over. 1, you're asleep in bed. It's not even on your radar.
I'm going to go with a 6.
Okay.
I'm going to go with a 6, and here's why. When it comes to Marvin Mims, it's not just about him as a receiver. It's him as a playmaker. You're missing one of your playmakers out there that you're doing the end-arounds with, the reverses, the screen passes. You're missing a guy that actually has the only speed as a receiver. Like, other than Troy Franklin, it's Marvin Mims who's next with the speed. Now he's not out there to stretch the football field for you. Now he's not out there to be a guy that you have to worry about or respect. So now that you're looking at it, you're like, okay, we're really going to double-team Court. We're going to force Troy Franklin to be receiver 1 for the day. And who is Pat Bryant? He's going to have to show us that he belongs in the league still. This is not the Dallas Cowboys. We're the Houston Texans. That's how they're looking at this game. But also, Zach, the reason why I have it as a 6, the special teams. You have an all-pro punt and kick returner that's not available for you.
Yep.
And those special teams win you games. Will Lutz just won kicker of the month?
Yeah, a special teams player
of the month because of what he does. All right, if you have Marvin Mims out there and he scores a kick return or a punt return, that gives your team a 70% chance of winning that game alone. So now you're not having Marvin Mims out there as a special teamer, a kick and punt returner, I should say. Who do you rely on to catch those punts? Who are you relying on that you can be confident in to catch the kick returns for you so that you can keep the ball and give your offense a chance to be on that football field?
I really don't know who's
I'm thinking about it right now. I'm
going to fill that
think.
role. And honestly, like, if he were in the mix more, I might say Jaleel.
Yeah,
Jaleel
would be a punt returner, a kick returner. I'm not sure, Zach, who would do the punt return. You got R.J. Harvey, and it's easier for a running back to do kick returns. It's just a different angle catching-wise. Punt, catching punt is hard to do. So maybe Tyler Bidet.
Yeah, maybe Bidet.
But it's a question mark. So that's something that we need to look at, too, as the punt returner. It's like, can he secure the catch?
Right.
So that offense can get on the football field.
Right. Let's start there. You know, if you're not familiar doing that on a game day with 70,000 people breathing down your neck. All right, so Mims is going to miss this game, likely to miss. On the other side, you have Dre Greenlaw coming back.
Yeah.
Dre Greenlaw coming back on a scale of 1 to 10. Same scale. How big of a deal is Dre Greenlaw returning to the Broncos?
Let's let you start now. I did a lot of talking right there.
What
you thinking?
I will say I'm going to say a 6 as well.
All right.
And it's not higher because I've only seen Dre Greenlaw play a game in a Broncos uniform. And then goofiness had him, out of the lineup a week ago, which he spoke, and he owned it. He's like, I should have never put my teammates in that position. And sounds like a really mature guy,
move.
By the way.
Vet move.
Yeah. So I'll say a 6. I think it's a big deal, but because I don't have enough sample size of him in Denver, and because he's only played a handful of games in recent years, it's not higher. Because when he was at the peak of his powers, him returning wouldn't be a 6. It'd probably be an 8 or a 9. But that's where I'm at today.
I'm with you on that. It's a 6 because of everything you just said, and also we don't really know like what this is going to look like when it comes to covering these slot receivers, the running backs. Like everybody's like, well, we have Dre Greenlaw back, and he's going to be a better linebacker when it comes to covering these guys. And it's like that's not his strength. When any time that I played against Dre Greenlaw, we would go at him. we would try to isolate him just like you would isolate Alex Singleton or Justin Sternad. It's because like they're slower, they're tighter, they have the tighter hips. And so when it comes to Dre Greenlaw, who is he as a Denver Bronco? We just don't know enough about that yet.
Yeah. All right, you want to react to any of those conversations, you can hit us up on the RamosLaw.com text line. Guys, it's a Bud Light Football Friday. We are live from Skippy's Bar and Grill in Aurora. We would love to see you here. Bud Light is here. They're giving away a pair of tickets to Broncos Raiders on Thursday Night Football, November 6th, all right, along with 2 Bud Light VIP tailgate passes. You have to be 21 to enter that contest. Bud Light, official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. By midnight of Hallows Eve, will Nikola Jokic own his own spot in NBA history? Also, what's the number one thing you're looking for tonight, non-Jokic? We'll have that conversation coming up next.
The Fan Flyaway is back, presented by 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. To kick off 2026, Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is sending you to Phoenix for the biggest party in golf. Airfare, hotel tickets, and $500 in spending money, all included. Head to thefanflyaway.com to register. That's thefanflyaway.com. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Colorado, here's the score. Groove Toyota has over 25 used vehicles priced under $10,000. That's right, dependable cars, trucks, and SUVs you can drive home today without breaking the bank. Just like game day, timing is everything. These deals won't last long, and when the clock runs out, they're gone. Groove Toyota is all in on Colorado, all in on value, and all in on getting you back in the game. So make your move. Groove Toyota on Broadway in Inglewood or shop GrooveToyota.com. Groove Toyota, all in on Colorado all season long.
I'm Corey Rose, anchor at 9 News and proud mama who enjoys taking my kids mountain biking at Winter Park. I love preparing you for the day ahead with the latest headlines. Whether it's tackling safety in our kids' schools or covering breaking news, from Aurora to Lakewood and everywhere in between, we've got you covered. Because when news moves fast, you need a team that moves with you. Make the move to 9 News Mornings. Weekday mornings live starting at 4:30 anywhere you watch.
Makita's built for the pros who show up early, who don't do shortcuts, only precise cuts. With tools built to last, job after job, year after year. Performance that pays off, because when the job calls for the best, you answer. And when you need the best, you call on Makita. Built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Colorado can count on.
You could save thousands of dollars on the products your business uses the most with the Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred Pricing. Registering is free and easy. Just have your tax ID or business or contractor's license ready. But don't wait. The current preferred pricing benefit will end on November 15th. Visit your local Pro Desk to register now and unlock the deepest savings on the products you choose.
Payton Manning here.
Throughout my football career, staying healthy was a big priority, but bumps, bruises, and injuries were part of the game. And for me, it's not just the clinical excellence and expertise that sets a medical team apart. It's also the compassion, kindness, and empathy they show. At Common Spirit Health, healing is quality care and human kindness. And my friends at Common Spirit are teaming up with their partners to spread human kindness and create healthy communities. Common Spirit Health. Hello, human kindness.
As days get shorter and roads get busier, fall brings more accidents. If you've been injured, Postman Law is here to help. No fees unless we win. Call 844-POSTMAN. Postman delivers. This is attorney advertising.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan, powered by Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic.
Tune into Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Wednesdays at 9:15 to hear ESPN NFL analyst Dan Orlovsky break down Bo Nix and the Broncos every week during football season. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, by midnight tonight, Nikola Jokic could own his own spot in NBA history. The NBA record, which goes back, NBA basketball goes back over 75 years. The NBA record for most triple-doubles to start a season is 4. It's happened twice, once in 1961 from the Big O, Oscar Robertson, and again 59 years later from Russell Westbrook. And
your favorite.
Here, yep. And then here this year with Nikola. And it's sort of a niche stat, you know, triple-doubles to start a season. I wouldn't have never thought about that if this wasn't on my radar. You know, McKinnon had a streak. I don't think it was last year. I think it was the year before that, where it was the most consecutive points to start a season.
I remember it.
I forget what he got up to, but it was really fun to follow. So because he's only put together triple-doubles, we're sort of just on triple-double watch. And it'll be a cool little distinction if he does this tonight.
Well, do you think that they're talking about it in that room? David Adelman's bringing it up to the boys?
No.
Not just Jokic.
No.
Say, hey, man, we got to help our guy out.
No.
No?
Nope, I don't think so. And you don't have to. And Jokic, I do not believe, would want you to. I mean,
he's aware of it, though.
I think he's aware of it because he's been made aware of it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think that's something like Joker's just wired just differently. I mean, he's just different in such a good, awesome, pure way.
Organic way.
It is. So I think he's going to get there. I think Jokic is going to have the most triple-doubles in any season in NBA history this year. And I don't think that's it's a bit of a hot take, but I don't think it's scorching hot.
It's Jokic. You know, anything is possible when it comes to Jokic and what he can do. I mean, the sky is the limit still for this guy. Yeah, which is crazy to say because he's been in the league for a long time now, and yet he's getting better every single year. It's insane. But to go back to the triple-doubles, Jokic is going to get the triple-double tonight. He's going to have his 5th straight triple-double, but it's not about him. He's going to make it easy. It's the people around him. His teammates around him have to do their part. When the shots are there, the open shots are there, make them.
Yep.
Even for Jamal Murray early, make them. In the first quarter, second quarter, make it easy for Jokic to get that 5th straight triple-double.
Well, he's got so much playmakers and shot makers around him. The assist is typically the thing that holds back the triple-double. With someone like Jokic, it's not the points or rebounds. Those come, he just gobbles those up like a hungry hippo. But it's the assist because you need other guys to do their part. And I think because this roster is in this place that it's at, it's going to be, I believe the NBA record for most triple-doubles in a single season is 42. That means just over half of your games you're doing it now as Russell Westbrook back in 2016-17. I believe that's the case. And so I think that'll get broken this year. I really do. As long as Jokic is healthy, I think he'll have a great shot of breaking that. Long way to go, but you can't start better in that category than 4 for 4. We'll see how it shakes out tonight. What else are you looking for here against a Blazers team that's coming off back-to-back wins?
Yeah, I mean, you got the Blazers that are coming off those back-to-back wins. They can get streaky when it comes to scoring. So what I'm looking for is, can the Denver Nuggets play some stickier defense? We know they're going to score points. They have the firepower to score as many points as they really want to do. But defensively, that's something that I want to focus more on moving forward when you're playing against tougher teams, tougher opponents. Can you play that defense in crunch time moments? Can you come up with the steals, the defensive rebounds? I want to see more the Denver Nuggets being more aggressive defensively.
That's a good one. And it's early in the season, but you don't want to get in bad defensive habits.
Yeah.
And it starts with effort, and over the course of a season, it's going to wax and wane. Okay, it just is. But yeah, it needs to be a little bit better, especially from the guys that you expect to play great defense, like a Christian Brown. It hasn't really been that way through 4 games. So we'll see if that trend continues. I want to see, and we don't know about Cam Johnson's status yet. He's got the shoulder. I think he'll end up playing if he played, a couple nights ago.
Yeah.
But eventually, and again, it's early, so not overreacting or, it's really no big deal. You're 3-1 after 4, but eventually you want to see Cam Johnson start to make shots. He has struggled here. 5 of 16 from 3, around 30%, 31% from 3. He's a full 10% better than that. And so, judging on the past couple years, 39, 40%. The line of demarcation for NBA shooter, if you can get to 40%, you are just considered a really good three-point shooter. And that's who he is. And he should be getting better looks here in Denver that he's had recently, in Brooklyn for sure, but even the late stages of his son's experience. For me, it's just a matter of time, and he'll have a night where he goes 5 of 9 from 3 and gets right, but it just hasn't really, just in general with Cam Johnson, separate from the shot making, it just hasn't looked right just yet. It's been a little clunky.
Which is understandable when you're moving to a different team, a new team, and you're trying to figure out. You're the only guy. Cam Johnson is the only guy on that court when the starters are out there that hasn't been with this unit. The rest of the other four players have won a championship together. So it's going to take some time for him to gel, to him to understand what Jokic once done, what Jamal Murray once done, and then just to find his groove, his shot. The guy that you kind of talked about earlier was Christian Brown.
Yep.
He just got that contract. Hopefully he can send me a check or two. I would gladly appreciate that.
He is paid.
Oh, yeah, he is. But the thing about Christian Brown is, what do you want to see more of with him? Because when you talk about CB, he can do it all. He can shoot when he's on fire, but he can play that defense and be aggressive and get to the rim. What do you need to see from Christian Brown moving forward throughout this season?
Well, I would start with the defense. Are you just talking offensively, though?
Well, no, I'm talking about everything with CB.
Yeah, I would say to Christian, and again, just after 4 games, but we waited a long time to react to these 4 games. I would say don't forget why you were on the court as a rookie. Don't forget what the base of your pyramid is. Now, you're building, and you want to keep building up on your game, but the base of his pyramid is defense. And he is turned into a good offensive player, but the hallmark when I think of Christian Brown is him on the defensive side of the floor, and it hasn't really looked the part yet. Again, early in the season, he's trying to expand his game, and you want him to. What is he, year 4 or 5 at this point? I think 4.
Develop.
Yeah, and you want to. Just don't forget why you were on the court in the NBA Finals as a rookie. It was because of your defense.
So you're telling CB, don't forget who you are. Don't forget your identity. Don't forget what made you you just because you got paid that contract. All right, still be hungry. Still go out there and do the dirty work.
Yep. So we'll get the latest chapter in the Nuggets story here in a few hours against Portland on the road, who, by the way, in their 3 wins have scored 122 or more, so they can fill it up as well. Should be a fun night. Okay, can Bo Nix convert his skeptics into Bo-Leavers as he stares down his toughest test yet? That's coming up next.
After a breakout performance against Dallas, will R.J. Harvey run wild against the Texans? Will Dre Greenlaw provide a spark on defense? We'll react to it all in the Fan Football Postgame Show. Live on game day starting at the 2-minute warning. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Broncos country. As you know, the temps are dropping, and that means that game days are heating up. You can feel the crunch of the leaves under your shoes, the chill in the air, and the sound of that crowd echoing through the Mile High City. Football season is in full swing. Whether you're bundling up to cheer on the Broncos at Empower Field or heading up to Boulder to cheer on Coach Prime and the Buffs, make sure you get there on time and in style. Leave the traffic and icy parking lots to someone else. Hermes World has you covered with their luxury rides that keep you warm, comfortable, and stress-free all the way to kickoff. Hermes World offers championship-level transportation as well. So close your eyes and picture this. You and your friends rolling up to the stadium in a sleek, heated vehicle, no parking hassles, no driving worries, just a professional driver ready to get you to and from the game safely. All I need you to do is call Hermes Worldwide today at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports. Again, you could give them a call at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports to book your next ride today.
At 303 Law 4040, we know getting into an accident stinks, and so does getting worked over by the insurance company or even your slick-talking made-for-TV lawyer. So if we can help, just give us a call. 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. That's 303 Law 4040.
CU fans, keep your fix going with Denver Sports CU Football Post-Game Recap. Available every home game exclusively on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Presented by Corwin Toyota Boulder. Family driven for over 100 years.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Now through November 16th, new Comcast Business customers can get started with 150 megabit internet plus security for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Plus, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig package. Call today. Restrictions apply. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and auto-pay with bank account. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
Hey guys, boy Stink here today by my long-term buddy Troy Hansford. And if you're thinking about selling your house for any reason, now might be the time to sell, still get top dollar. Believe it or not, my guy Troy is still offering his $5,000 guarantee. What is it, you ask? Well, if you can't sell your house at your price on your timeline that you agree upon beforehand, bam, going to cut you a check for $5,000. Who else makes the offer? Nobody I've ever heard of. And he makes that offer because he continues to spend a ton of money marketing his listings, has about 100 families approved and ready to buy right now. And if for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy can buy your house all cash and you can close in as little as 7 days. You have a house to sell, Troy probably has that perfect buyer for you right now, waiting for you to pick up the phone and to call him. Call Troy, get your home sold for the most money. That's 720-900-4433, 720-900-4433. Troy Hansford of RE/MAX Professionals, a Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions do apply. Want to sell your house? Then call my buddy Troy, 720-900-4433.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com. Febreze.
It's a classic odor tale. You fried fish for dinner, cleaned up, but the smell is still in the house. And the neighbors are coming over for game night. They're on their way. And then you spray Febreze Air Mist. Febreze Air starts working instantly to fight even your toughest odors, so you go from fish to fresh like that. Now all you have to worry about is Pam cheating at charades.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la. How good does it feel to let go of 82 pounds in just 16 weeks? And I feel free. Soda Weight Loss is the #1 weight loss company in America for client satisfaction and results.
In 16 weeks, I lost 82 pounds because I had learned how to eat smarter. And that's what soda does. They don't just help you lose weight fast, they help you keep it off.
Join Soda Weight Loss now, and your partner joins for free. Visit sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, TU hockey skates with Alaska Anchorage in Game 1 with pregame starting at 6:30. Saturday morning on 104.3 HD2, Air Force football faces Army with pregame starting at 9:30. Then on 104.3 HD3, TU hockey skates with Alaska Anchorage in Game 2 with pregame starting at 5:30.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at WistaraCU.com.
It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Leading off with a big story of the day, here's The Drive with Zach By and Denver, Colorado's own Phillip Lindsay.
1 hour in the books. Quicker than a New York minute. As we are hanging out on a Bud Light Football Friday at Skippy's Bar and Grill in Aurora, as a great listener of ours just gave me one of his jalapeno poppers. The food came out. I'm like, those look amazing. And he's
so you went over there and asked for one, huh?
And he's like, take one. And like the polite thing to be was like, no, take your food. I was like, sure, I'll take that jalapeno popper.
So what Zach By saying is that if he sees any type of good food sitting on your plate, he's gonna ask you if he can have some of that food.
I didn't ask. He offered, and then I said yes.
You were hoping he was gonna offer. You're like, hopefully he offers me this.
We're gonna be here until about 5:30. If you're anywhere in the Aurora area, we would love to see you, man. Talking to some great listeners and looking forward to talking to some more. Big football game on Sunday. They just get bigger. They don't get smaller. You win games, they just get bigger. And this one down in Houston, these are two of your former teams going head-to-head.
Yes.
I think one experience was a little bit better than the other.
Oh, Zach, yes. Indeed it was, man. One experience was great. I was living life. I was literally living in my parents' basement.
You were?
Yeah.
I never heard that story.
Mom!
You're kidding.
Mom, are the pizza rolls ready? I got a football game today.
Oh, my gosh.
And then, of course, going to Houston. I said it a little bit yesterday. If I would have had, of course, like it was the most money I've ever made. So, like, I'm never gonna be mad about that. But when you talk about fit,
yeah,
and you talk about someone having a vision for you, that was not with Houston. And instead of just playing it cool and sitting back and seeing organically how things would fall, I feel like I pressured my agent into trying to get something done fast because I've never been a part of that. I just got released. I pretty much got fired from the Denver Broncos because George Payton wanted to go a different way. He was listening to Pat Shurmur and wanted to keep Melvin Gordon.
Yep.
That's simple as that.
Yep.
And I'm sitting there saying, okay, pridefully, it's like, I don't want to be fired right now. I shouldn't be fired. I need a damn job right now.
Yep.
And sitting there and having that chance to think about it now, I should have listened to my wife. And my wife was like, Phil, maybe we should just take a step back and kind of see who else is going to go out there and be out there and want you later on than just trying to jump into something that we really don't know about.
So what time of year was this?
Zach, it was in the off season. Probably about it was maybe a month before the draft.
A month before the draft.
Before the draft.
So you would have had to, if you were to take your wife's advice and maybe do things a little bit differently, which we can do this all day long in life.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
the list goes on and on of things that you could have done differently with the benefit of hindsight. But would you have had to wait through the draft and then see for the dust to settle?
You know what? Who knows? It just depending on how a team feels about you. Maybe it's like, let's wait until the draft to see who we get, and then we'll pick you up. Or somebody says, hey, like, look, like we wanted to wait until a couple of waves of free agency went by, and then we're going to pick you up. I had Seattle that wanted me. I had the Chiefs that circled back and was like, are you interested? They didn't want to pay me some money, but they wanted me to go out there and be a part of the team. The issue is, for me, was like, dude, I have to make something because I'm not getting any younger. And so, like, whatever I make now may be the most I ever get to make. So for that, it's like, hey, I got to go where some of the money is.
Yeah.
And so it ended up being Houston. And Houston didn't have a plan. They brought in me. They brought in Mark Ingram. And they had David Johnson. And then, oh, surprise, they bring in Rex Burkhead out of nowhere. So you have 4 running backs that were on the roster who, by the way, were on the active roster at the start of the year.
Wow.
And we were just kind of like circling, and it was like running back by committee, and you're going to go for a couple plays, and then you are, so you can never get into a rhythm. And we were not a good football team. And
Bill O'Brien was the coach?
No, Bill, it wasn't. It was David Coley.
Oh, my gosh, David Coley, yes.
Oh,
yes.
man, David Coley, who had to be about 70 years old.
Oh, wow,
and it was his first year.
Yeah.
He got an opportunity, and then that next year they were done with him.
Right.
And it was an experimental year for the Houston Texans where they brought in a bunch of players on either vet minimum deals or cheap deals and was like, you guys are going to all duke it out. And we're going to find out who really wants to be here and who doesn't, and then we may extend them later on if they're good enough to be here. It was bad, Zach. It was a bad environment. There was a bunch of stuff going on. You had players that were being late to meetings before the game. You had players that were out there at 2 o'clock in the morning on party buses.
Yep.
You were on players that decided they didn't want to play, so that they just told the coach that they weren't going to show up. It was things that I've never saw before I was seeing. And it was like, man, this is not about football. This is just a bad environment. And I wish I would have took a step back and listened to my wife and kind of, let it organically happen for me.
All right, so this is a really – and we'll get to the matchup here in just a second and talk about the biggest key to victory.
Yeah.
But we've never really had this conversation. The Broncos are playing the Texans, and it's just happening organically. If you – and this is a hard question, and it's almost unfair because it sounds like you got to make – a few $1 million in Houston in a way that you would not have in Kansas City?
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Looking back on it, would you say, man, I wish I just went towards a fit for, it sounds like significantly less money and just play for Kansas City?
For them, there was like, hey, look, we don't have a lot of money. We're paying Patrick Mahomes. We're paying Travis Kelce. And they just got a lot of their big deals. There's a couple of young players that just got big deals, too.
Yep.
It's like, we really want you here.
So this is around 2020, right?
Yes, yeah, okay. 2020. It's like, we really want you here, but we don't have the money that you're looking for. But if you want to be a part of this team, and we know that you would be a great addition and you would fit this team, then you could come here and put yourself out there, win some games, maybe a Super Bowl.
Right.
And then after that, maybe you can make some more money for yourself. But see, I wasn't thinking like that. I was thinking of like, I want it now, right? We're impatient.
Yeah,
human beings are impatient.
You made the same decision that I think most of us would have.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, looking back at it at 30 years old, do you wish that you were like, man, I wish I just would have went to Kansas City?
Yes, looking back at it, now that I'm 30 years old and I'm out of the league, I wish I would have went somewhere where the team was more established, where you could win games and give yourself a chance and opportunity to extend your playing career.
Sure.
Like, that's what it's all about, is extending your playing career as long as possible. When you're on losing teams and losing organizations, nobody wants a loser, and that fizzles out. But when you're on winning organizations, you're on a winning team, everybody's like, hey, like, he knows how to win. Let's give him an opportunity. Or he's doing well. He's being highlighted because you have a Josh Allen. You have a Patrick Mahomes. You have a Lamar Jackson. It's all about the quarterbacks. Quarterbacks make you look good.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, looking back at it, it's like going to Kansas City would have been a better fit for me than going to the Houston Texans, who, by the way, they end up firing me, and I end up going to Miami. So it was like, it ended up being maybe something I needed to go through to experience. But I look back at it, and this is why it's like it's never greener on the other side.
Yep.
I would have loved to just be a Denver Bronco.
Sure.
If they wanted me, and that just wasn't in the cards.
Yeah. Well, it's fascinating to look back at that period of time and sequencing out of Denver into those other situations. Well, it is Texans week. By the way, I heard from a little birdie that you killed it on Houston radio yesterday morning. I heard that.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, they like me. They actually had a couple of my autographed balls that were just sitting around.
Really?
Yeah, and I said, go ahead and let the listeners have it, or if they want it, But, he is a great dude, man.
Yeah, Sean Pendergrass, who joined us on Wednesday. They have a really successful show down there. All right, so let's dive into it. The single biggest key to victory in Houston is blank. Go ahead and fill in that blank, presented by Williams Jewelers.
Is the pass rush. Is the dang pass rush. You don't have PS2 playing, your best player on the football field. You have an elite pass rush in Nick Bonito, Jonathan Cooper, John Franklin Myers, Zach Allen, there's going to be times where they're going to have to get to C.J. Stroud without an extra guy, without a fifth guy, because now you're having to fill that void with Riley Moss and let's say Chris Abrams drains the other cornerback on the other side of Riley. You're going to be playing the safeties back a little bit more to make sure that you can protect them throughout this game. So this pass rush is going to have to get to C.J. Stroud without the blitzes, without the creativity at times, and they can do it. If you're being paid the big bucks like Zach Allen, like Nick Bonito and Jonathan Cooper, you should be able to get pressure. And it doesn't always have to be a sack. It's about getting pressure, making C.J. Stroud make bad decisions, feel uneasy in the pocket, and that's where we're going to have the most success. That's the key to this game defensively is, can our pass rush dominate this game?
Yeah, and when we talked to Sean Pendergrass earlier in the week, he talked about the deficiencies of the offensive line, and they made some real changes, but he's like, it's almost like they tore down the house and they built the house, but it's not any better. It's just sort of different. And so
build it out of straw.
The Broncos lead the league in sacks with 36. The Texans' offensive line ranks 28th in pass block win rate. C.J. Stroud has a propensity to hold the football longer than he should. He took 52 sacks a year ago, so that's got to be – I love that, and I think you're spot on. Can they get after C.J. Stroud? Now, in terms of Bo Nix.
Let's Bo.
Is this the best on-paper defense that Bo has faced in his career? The Texans are allowing the league's fewest points and the league's fewest yards.
I like what you did right there, on paper.
Yeah, on paper
Yeah.
right now. Do you think of another defense that you're like, yeah, no, he's actually played a better defense?
Are we talking about this year or just in general?
Yeah, this year or last year.
Okay, because last year I would say the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, that's a good one.
The Baltimore Ravens, they're just dominant.
That's a good one.
And so, it's like, okay, we're talking about this year. If we're talking about this year.
Philly
still might have a more impressive defense because of the context of how the Houston Texans are winning. They're winning against teams that have a backup quarterback or a rookie. And so when you're going up against a backup quarterback or a rookie and you have an aggressive defense like the Houston Texans have, you should be able to come out on top. So I'm not ready to crown the Houston Texans as the best defense that Bo Nix is going to see or has seen so far. It's the Philadelphia Eagles this year, and it was the Baltimore Ravens last year. That's my thing on it.
All right, well, the three quarterbacks that you just referenced that the Texans have beaten, they're 3-4. The 3 wins, they've beaten Cam Ward, Cooper Rush, and Mac Jones. Still, they're somehow favored over the 6-2 Denver Broncos. Bo is going to have to play well. Bo Nix is going to have to play well. I saw a really cool stat that Drew sent along in our morning notes, and I actually thought of you.
That's nice. That's nice of you.
Bo Nix has accounted in his career so far for 52 total touchdowns with only 18 turnovers. He is one of 7 quarterbacks in NFL history to record at least 50 touchdowns with less than 20 turnovers in the first 25 starts of his career.
Come on now.
It's elite company for the franchise quarterback conversation.
Oh, Zach, are you warming up now? I'm not backing this.
I've been warming up.
I'm not backing this truck up to come pick you up.
I don't need you to. I'm with Bo.
No, Bo is
bus
with
is not
me.
leaving without Bo. Okay, the Bo bus is not leaving without Bo. You can't. I don't think you can be called a franchise quarterback if you've never won a playoff game.
Okay.
So,
all right.
He will get there. I've always said he's going to get there, but I'm not in the business of, prematurely.
Well, if you know he's going to get there, then just hop on. If you know he's going to get there, just hop on.
I could.
Come on now.
I could.
You could.
I certainly could. And
You need
I think
to.
I'm going to. The spot's reserved. I already pre-booked it.
No,
I did.
no.
I did it through Hermes.
Oh,
I booked my ride through
luxury
Hermes.
transportation. Yeah, I love it.
Oh my gosh! So
shout out Jorge.
Yeah, I love it. What are your thoughts on C.J. Stroud?
Yeah, so Zach, I was actually doing a deep dive with C.J. Stroud and watching some film actually this morning, and I'm impressed with what C.J. Stroud has done in his career so far. He's already been to 2 playoff appearances, 2 years has had winning seasons. C.J. Stroud is a guy that he can utilize his legs, but he's very, very mature and smart. And he understands what he has to do. He understands that he has to get everybody involved. Very accurate with the football. He does hold on to the football too long at times, but he's smart. He dissects a defense. He's always communicating. He's always changing the play up. Everything you want in a quarterback, C.J. Stroud brings to the table. He needs to continue to be consistent. And if you let C.J. Stroud sit there and pick you apart, he will do that. If you let C.J. Stroud have a little bit of wiggle room, he'll take it and run for a first down and keep the chains moving. So you have to bottle up C.J. Stroud. And one thing about C.J. Stroud also is he does not get rattled. He kind of stays even keel. So for the pass rush, you're going to have to hit him. You're going to have to hit him hard. You have to hit him consistently, put pressure on him, but know that it's not going to be just we take care of business in the first half and he's going to crack. This is like you're going to have to go at him all game long because when you're a good quarterback, you always have an opportunity to make that big play to win that game for your team.
Well, I think that he's the single most successful NFL quarterback that has ever come out of Ohio State. As good as Ohio State's program has been over the years, and they are dominant, and I think they could actually go win the national championship again after losing 13 players in the NFL draft. I think they're good enough to go win it again. But for whatever reason, a quarterback from the Buckeyes hasn't been able to break through until C.J. Stroud. Now, he's got 11 touchdowns to 5 interceptions, but he's taken 15 sacks. Bo has 15 touchdowns, an upgrade from 11, the same amount of interceptions with 5, but just about half the sacks. There's about twice a Sunday C.J. Stroud is going to take a sack. There's about once a Sunday Bo Nix is going to take a sack. They have a similar quarterback rating. Bo Nix is completing 63% of his passes. C.J. Stroud is actually completing 67% of his passes. So Stroud has been more accurate with the football, but he has just had taken more sacks, same amount of interceptions, less touchdowns. Question for you.
I got to answer.
Question
I always got to answer.
I'm going to put you in a bad spot
like
here on a
dictionary.
Friday. You're like the dictionary.
Yeah, I know
Holy
everything.
smokes. The dictionary, the dictionary's full of words.
All words.
Okay.
I know. I got all the words now.
Oh, doctor.
Come on now.
All right. Pray for me here on a Friday, folks. Seriously, question for you.
Yeah.
If you could swap, and all things were equal, so he's not 1 year ahead in his timeline of getting paid, just who they are as players, would you trade out Bo Nix for C.J. Stroud?
That's a tough one because C.J. Stroud is like Bo Nix when it comes to throwing the ball, being accurate, being very smart, can make every pass. Athletic ability is there if he has to use his legs. Very passionate. But I wouldn't. Like, there's only one Bo Nix. There's only one Bo Nix for the Denver Broncos, Zach. And there's something that Bo has that even C.J. Stroud, I haven't yet seen it come out of him just yet. And it's the passion. The passion of just, like, wearing it on your sleeve. Everybody knows Bo Nix cares.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody knows that Bo Nix is going to give up his body to win a football game. That his team is going to rally around him because they believe in him because of what he can bring to the table. That when he gets up there and he speaks, that everybody is going to stop and listen and they're not going to second guess it. And that's why I would still have to go with Bo Nix. And guess what? Bo Nix is just beginning. This is only the beginning for Bo.
Well, I think so is Stroud, too.
And for C.J. Stroud, too. He has 1 year,
Yeah.
more than Bo Nix. So,
and I think Bo's a little bit, spent more time in college than CJ. So I think they're right around the same age, maybe 1 year apart.
Both of them are mature.
Yeah, they are.
Both of them are mature. But give me Bo Nix, that winning mentality, and it's just him. You know, when you just feel like you can have two people there that are equal and like they're the same, but something about this guy right here, it just makes me want to gravitate towards him more.
Sure.
That's Bo Nix for you.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a good question. I actually think most people around the country would say C.J. Stroud. Like most people, all 50 states, coast to coast, who would rather have Bo Nix or C.J. Stroud, would say C.J. Stroud. But if it's situational and you're talking about Sean Payton here in Denver, I would not have C.J. Stroud over Bo Nix. I would not, because I think Bo Nix is more of a turnkey fit with Sean. You know, Sean could not stand Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
What did Russell Wilson do? Man, he took a lot of sacks.
Hold on to the ball too long.
C.J. Stroud and Russell Wilson over the last 2 years, last year and the previous year, they're the two league leaders in sacks, Stroud and Nix. So I think C.J. Stroud, while he's talented and it has poise, I actually think the Bo is a better fit in Denver, Colorado than C.J. Stroud would be.
But also, when you look at what Bo Nix is doing, you also have to pay attention to what Sean Payton and George Payton have done for Bo. They give him the luxury to be able to sit in the pocket if he wants to a little bit longer because of that offensive line. That's something that the Houston Texans are trying to figure out. They're trying to find an offensive line for C.J. Stroud where someone like Sean and George said, we are going to invest in the offensive line, built from the inside out to help our young quarterback out, and they've been successful because of that. So Bo Nix is able to do some of the things he's doing because of this really good offensive line that we're paying for.
Yep. All right, you want to react to any of that, you can hit us up on the RamosLaw.com text line. Here is Vance Joseph, and that text line is 303-713-1043, of course. Vance Joseph on the keys to facing C.J. Stroud in Houston.
I think with some young quarterbacks, the misomen is, you blitz young quarterbacks and you can harass them, but sometimes you can clean it up for them. If you're just bringing 5 and it's single high and it's press or it's soft off coverage, he just takes his best matchup. I'm from the school of, when you have a young quarterback who's getting rid of the ball quickly, that's a good thing for a young quarterback. It's my job to make him hold it and to look through layers of coverage and to make him, hit his progression. With our pass rush, that's always a good thing, because we can rush 4 and get home, but to have enough looks to make him hold it is key. He is playing well, and he's played well, and he's super talented. Even with the pressure last week that San Fran was bringing, he was looking at a gun barrel. And he made 4 or 5 throws that were big-time throws. The receiving core is underrated in my opinion. They got 4 or 5 guys who can all play, and that's sometimes dangerous. Nico didn't play last week, and it was the highest output in the pass game. So that spoke to those young guys from Iowa State, all 3 of them, playing good football, and the tight end, and Marks at halfback. So they've got good weapons around this quarterback, and it showed last week without Nico.
Really interesting response.
Yeah.
And it was actually one of my favorite responses of the week from any player or coach. Vance,
he was sincere, too.
He was.
That's a sincere Vince Joseph, y'all. Vance is the way he sounded right there. Sometimes he can be too dramatic when he's trying to be serious. As he was talking about Jackson Dart, it seemed like he was serious. That's because he's trying to act like he's more fearing Jackson Dart than he really is.
Yeah, he's trying to emphasize his opponent.
Yeah.
And the importance of it and the seriousness of it. Yeah, there's no question. But that was sincere. Because it's real. C.J. Stroud is off to a really nice start to his career. He's not in his 4th start like Jackson Dart. This guy has won a playoff game, has elevated a franchise to a certain degree. But when Vance said the conventional thought is you're playing a young quarterback, blitz him. And that's like old school. And he's like, no. Like with our pass rush, we can get home with 4 and we're going to have him look through layers of coverage and try to hold on to the football. And if he holds on to the football, we can get home without bringing pressure in the form of a blitz. So I think it's smart, man.
He's telling you the game plan.
Right.
But the question becomes, would this game plan be the same if PS2 was playing? If PS2 was playing, my guessing is they're blitzing the hell out of C.J. Stroud.
It's a good question, and you might be right about that.
But because PS2 is not playing and you have 2 cornerbacks that you're a little nervous for, you're going to have help over the top. Therefore, you're not going to bring 5. Therefore, that at times the safeties are going to be dropping back into coverage and being that last line of defense. So VJ's telling us what the game plan is going to be. Don't be upset when we're not rushing 5 and sometimes we don't get back to C.J. Stroud. Now, we should because of our elite pass rush with Zach Allen, John Franklin Myers, Jonathan Cooper, and Nick Benito.
Against their O-line
Against
specifically.
their offensive line.
Yep.
But he's telling you guys, I'm dropping back in coverage. We're going to disguise looks. Maybe we're going to act like we're coming. Well, we're dropping back and we're forcing C.J. Stroud to pick us apart. But we're also forcing our front 7, our front 4 specifically, to get to C.J. Stroud. Do what you're supposed to do. Do what you're getting paid a lot of money to do.
Well, I think C.J. Stroud just played his best game of the season, or amongst the best. He actually had I'm going to take that back. It's not his best game; it's his second best game, because he had a game against the Ravens earlier this month where he threw for about 240 yards or 250 yards. Dude, he went 23 of 27 for 244 yards, 4 touchdowns, not a single turnover. All right, that's hard to do. I don't care who you're playing. But last week against San Francisco, How about this completion percentage? 30 of 39. Completed 77% of his passes, over 8 yards per completion, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Also ran for 30 yards. And what's the one thing that he did not do a week ago? For the first time this season that he has done in every other game since, he did not take a sack. He takes sacks in every other game. 3, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3. Last week he stayed upright, and it's got to be of paramount importance for this Broncos defense to get that man on the ground.
And see, another thing too is he didn't have his number one receiver last week.
Correct.
Nico Collins is back from the concussion protocol. He's getting another speedster, and Christian Kirk.
Yeah, Christian Kirk.
And so, it's going to be a different ball game. It's going to be a different Texans offense out there when C.J. Stroud has his 2 number 1 targets that he can get the ball out of his hands fast and actually just stretch the football field. So this is going to be a game where for the pass rushers, you got to get to C.J. Stroud. And for Riley Moss and Chris Abrams-Drain or Jahdae Barrett, if you want to put him in there, you're going to have to play sticky coverage when Vance decides to go man.
Well, I can't wait for this football game. Sunday morning, 11 o'clock our time. What do you expect from the running back order of operations here?
It's going to be a JK game. Sprinkled in with RJ, of course, because he's earned the right to have more carries. But you got to get at least one of your running backs going first. And then you can worry about your second string running back in RJ. There's going to be plays out there for RJ to make. Sean is going to have a couple plays in the red zone for RJ. Like, that's a fact.
Yep.
But for JK, can we get him getting downhill? Can we get him in the one-step cut, get vertical, break a tackle, move the chains, get the offensive line going early? That's what I want to see, and it's going to start with JK, who's number 3 in rushing right now.
All right, I love it. I absolutely love it. RamosLaw.com text line if you want to react to that conversation, 303-713-1043. An under-the-radar thing to watch in the Broncos game when it comes to a fan favorite and the Broncos record books. We'll talk about it next.
Listen up, Denver. Brandon Stokely needs your help.
We need a contest or some kind of bet to where we can
shave Cecil's head.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. It's time for it to go. It's time.
Better keep an eye on the scissors, boys. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What's going on, guys? Phillip Lindsay here, and I want to tell you about my new obsession, and that's with Daisy's French Onion Dip. One of my guilty pleasures during football season is eating dips with chips, wings, and veggies while watching any big-time game. And now that Daisy's has come out with a delicious Daisy French Onion Dip, along with a Daisy Ranch Dip, guys, these are definitely game changers that you're not going to want to miss out on. They're as delicious as a homemade dip, and they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients that you can find in your own kitchen. So if you want to be blown away like I was, then you need to give Daisy's French Onion Dip a try today. You can find Daisy's French Onion Dip at a grocery store near you.
Hey, Mr. C, it's me. Well, I just picked up the ring. I actually went to Hellsberg. Thanks for that recommendation. Kate's gonna love that hers is from the same jeweler you got Mrs. C's ring from. They were so helpful throughout the whole process. They even knew your family by name. And the ring looks great. Anyways, I just couldn't wait to let you guys know. Call me back and wish me luck.
Hellsberg, designed with care and craft since 1915. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
Samantha Flanagan here for Flanagan Law. Think a fender bender can't cause serious injuries? Think again. Many significant injuries don't show symptoms immediately. I've seen it. Protect your rights. Look for the Shamrock. Go with Flanagan Law. Online at flanagan.law.
Hey guys, it's Zach By here for 5280 Exteriors. Right now, they've got a great deal on windows, so take advantage before the snow starts falling. Order your windows in October, finance your project with them, and you won't pay anything until November of 2027. Be warm during the holidays. Don't wait to upgrade your home. Order windows or siding from 5280 Exteriors before the cold weather arrives. Call 5280 Exteriors now and see how low your monthly payment can go. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're over 50, it's likely you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Colorado can count on.
Brandon Stokely here from my team, ROX, Rocks Heating and Air. Are you ready for winter? Worries you might need a new furnace? Don't know where to begin? Rocks Heating and Air makes it incredibly easy with their new, free, no obligation online heating and cooling quote. It takes less than 5 minutes and gives you options instantly. No calls, no waiting, and transparent pricing. Only at ROX, Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair, ROX, Rocks, Heating and Air.
It's Chevy Truck Month at Castle Rock Chevy GMC with great deals on the all-new 2026 Chevy Colorado. Built for adventure, hauling gear to the mountains, towing your toys, or just cruising in comfort. With advanced tech, bold design, and legendary Chevy durability, the Colorado is the midsize truck that works hard and plays harder. CastleRockChevroletGMC.com. Together, let's drive. Stock number T1119132. MSRP $42,760. Offer includes dealer discount. Must qualify for leasing with GM Financial. $2,000 due at signing. 36-month, 10K lease. Does not include TTNL, D&H, or dealer added accessories. This offer does not combine with any other offers. Please contact the dealer for details and restrictions. Must take delivery by October 31st, 2025. Offer ends October 31st, 2025. CastleRockChevroletGMC.com.
Advent Health is Littleton's home for highly specialized, life-changing heart care. From preventive screenings to personalized treatment options, it's heartfelt care from expert hands. The Advent Health Heart and Vascular Institute is now open, ready to provide wholehearted care for your whole health.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
No, it's not too soon to start holiday shopping. Ulta Beauty's early Black Friday event is happening now through November 22nd. Shop $10 beauty minis from brands like MAC and Too Faced. Take 30% off Lancome and Touchland fragrances and body mists. With new offers dropping every week, our associates can help you find the perfect gifts. Head into Ulta Beauty today to shop our early Black Friday event. Ulta Beauty. Gifting happens here.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Want to partake in our contests? Check out the rules at DenverSports.com.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, DU Hockey skates with Alaska Anchorage in Game 1 with pregame starting at 6:30. Saturday morning on 104.3 HD2, Air Force football faces Army with pregame starting at 9:30. Then on 104.3 HD3, DU Hockey skates with Alaska Anchorage in Game 2 with pregame starting at 5:30.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at WistaraCU.com.
It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Every day at 3:30, the drive comes off the top rope to hit you with a 1, 2, 3.
Finally, The Rock has come back to Denver.
Tape your wrists, stretch your spandex, and oil your hair. Here's Zach and Phil with today's 3 Count on The Drive.
All right, let's come off the top rope with it.
There we go.
All righty.
There we go. Get the lungs going a little bit.
Here on a Friday, and I just got to say real quick, man, we have the best listeners, man. We really do. And, just even in the last commercial break, a gentleman saying, hey, I lived in New York, and I lived in California, and I listened to you and Phil every day, and you guys were my connection to Colorado. And there's another gentleman, who walked by us and said, hey, you guys get me through my night shift.
Yeah.
Every single night. And someone else who said, hey, I moved here 6 months ago, and you guys were on the radio when I pulled into town, and I've never changed it, and I listen to you guys every day.
That's what I'm talking about.
We had another listener who wanted to come up and show us his ticket stub from the Giants comeback and said, I didn't leave. He's got the game day, packet, and I just it's always the best when we're out here and out and about and actually, because when we're in the studio, we're just looking at each other. But we come out here, and then we meet the people that we're talking to every day.
Damn, I got to see Zach's ass again?
Yeah. Well,
I need some change of scenery in here.
I'm objectively handsome. It's me who has to look at you. It's me who has to look at you. But
man.
But
you have the luxury to look at me, man.
It's so cool, and I love it so much. It'll never get old to hear, hey, we listen every day. Hey, it's the best. All right, so going into the last break, I said an under-the-radar thing to watch in the Broncos game when it comes to a fan favorite and the Broncos record books. I'm talking about Courtland Sutton. He needs one receiving touchdown to tie Steve Watson for the 9th most touchdown catches in the history of the Denver Broncos. Look at where Courtland Sutton's at in the record books. He's currently 10th all-time in touchdown catches, 35 of them things. 9th all-time in receiving yards. He passed Riley Odoms 2 weeks ago. 6th all-time in receptions. Last week he passed Vance Johnson. 2 weeks before that he passed Emmanuel Sanders. So whether you're talking touchdown catches, receiving yards, or receptions, Courtland Sutton is now top 10 in all of those categories in the history of the Broncos.
And you know what, Zach? It's going to continue to happen for him because he's the number 1 receiver here. Bo Nix is going to make sure that he gets his boy the ball. Now, there are games where it's like, why are we not getting Court involved more? And maybe this is why. If Troy Franklin can't wake up and be that receiver too, maybe this is why we need to go out there and get and acquire another receiver to take pressure off of Courtland Sutton. Because if you take pressure off of Courtland Sutton, I mean, not one cornerback in the league can cover him one-on-one. He's too big. He's too fast, and he's very smart. So, and Court is faster than what people give him credit for. And I had to race him one time.
Really?
Oh, yeah. So we were in practice, and you know how you get. Everybody thinks they're fast. All right, Court, line up. You think you're faster than me, line up. I'll say this. I thought it was going to be an easy race. I end up beating him, but he's long. He has those long legs, and I almost got beat. I had everything in me, the pride in me to say, no, I'm faster than you. But Courtland has a little bit more speed than people think.
Yep, and I'll just continue to say, and I know I was laughed at earlier in the offseason by Dan Jacobs and others, Courtland Sutton, when it's all said and done, he'll go into the Broncos Ring of Fame. When it's all said and done. Do the Broncos have a rich history of football?
Yes, they do.
Well, you're top 10 in everything, in touchdowns and receptions and yards, and your extension hasn't even kicked in yet. If he finishes that extension, he's going to be – and look, I said this before the season started. If he has one more 1,000-yard season, he's top 5 in the history of the Broncos in receiving yards. And he's still got a bunch of tread on the tire. So love what we're seeing from Courtland Sutton here as he continues to climb up the all-time records. Next in the 3 count.
1, 2.
Phil, Jags place Travis Hunter on IR with a knee injury. Bad news. Rookie season. He's a rookie.
Yeah, he is a rookie.
Good, but not great.
No, it's like, hey, look, at the end of the day, anytime you get placed on IR, one, they're expecting you to come back because it wasn't long-term, right? It's short-term IR. They're hoping that he can come back.
Yep.
Now, I heard it was like a non-contact, so you got to be worried about that.
Yeah, heard that too.
But for Travis Hunter, this is, again, it's like, do you want Travis Hunter, who you drafted in the first round, 2nd pick overall, to continue to play both ways for you when you know you want to keep him healthy? This is just a different ball game, different beats when you get to the NFL. And so it's going to come down to maybe sitting him down and saying, hey, look, we're going to focus on more receiver with you than
Yeah.
cornerback moving forward because we want to keep you healthier.
And you got to remember what Jacksonville traded with the Browns to move up in the draft. So Jacksonville was picking 5th. They move up to, I think it was 2nd overall.
Yep.
And so they gave that 5th pick, but they also gave next year's first-round pick. And they also gave a second-round pick in the draft that just happened, along with a 4th-round pick. I mean, they really gave a lot to move up for Travis Hunter. So I know we're rooting for him here in Colorado. He's a great kid, a really dynamic talent. But, yeah, they got to create maybe more of a plan on one side of the ball.
Yeah.
So, all right, next to the 3 count.
1, 2, 3.
All right, what non-Colorado game are you most looking forward to this weekend? College, pro. You have number 17 Cincinnati at number 24 Utah. Really like Utah in that game. They are coming on.
Oh, yeah, they're humming now.
A top 10 Vanderbilt team at number 20 Texas. Number 18 Oklahoma at number 14 Tennessee. Number 23 USC at Nebraska. You have Bills and Chiefs for the 10th time between Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. I think that's the best rivalry right now in the NFL, despite it being mostly one-sided in the playoffs anyway. Bills have beaten Kansas City 4 straight years in the regular season. Yeah, 4 straight times. But then Kansas City always ends up on top in the playoffs. You have Colts and Steelers should be fun. What is your favorite non-Colorado game of the weekend?
You know what, man? You're going to love me for this, and my guess it is this is going to be your favorite too, but you have to be watching the Chiefs and Bills game. You have to be watching this rivalry between Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes and how it's been going. But also for the Denver Broncos fans, it's like you played the Bills, and if you're going to win a Super Bowl, you're going to have to probably get past the Bills, but also you're going to have to get past the Kansas City Chiefs. So you're watching this game to see, can the Bills beat the Chiefs? Because you always want the Chiefs to lose. So I'm watching this game.
And for the division. Every Bronco fan should be cheering for the Buffalo Bills to beat Kansas City and put them in a further hole so the Broncos can win the division and be hosting a playoff game in Denver, Colorado. The Chiefs are coming on Sunday. We unite. As people. And we root for the Buffalo Bills against Kansas City.
Blue and red. Blue and orange. We reunite. Reunite.
All right, what is the biggest key to victory according to Mike Kliss down in Houston this weekend? We'll talk to him coming up next.
The Fan Flyaway is back, presented by 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. To kick off 2026, Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is sending you to Phoenix for the biggest party in golf. Airfare, hotel tickets, and $500 in spending money, all included. Head to thefanflyaway.com to register. That's thefanflyaway.com. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
You gave years, maybe decades to your job. You showed up, worked hard, and planned for retirement. But now, the company's changed. Or maybe you've taken a buyout or been forced into early retirement. So, what happens next? I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you've built up a 401k or thrift savings plan, now is the time to ask, is that money really working for you? Many workplace retirement plans offer limited options and even less guidance. At Trajan Wealth, we help people just like you roll over their accounts into IRAs with more flexibility and personalized investment strategies built around your goals. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a personalized plan. We operate on veteran values, service, trust, and doing what's right. Your next chapter starts now. Call Trajan today, 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. See website for details.
Vanity Fair calls BritBox a delicious streamer. Collider says everyone should be watching. Catch Britain's next best series with BritBox. Stream acclaimed new originals like Code of Silence.
You read lips, right?
And Linley, based on the best-selling mystery series.
Say hi, Linley. Take it from here.
And don't miss the new season of Karen Piri, coming this October.
You don't look like police. I'll take that as a compliment.
See it differently when you stream the best of British TV with BritBox. Watch with a free trial today.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Let's go! You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
CU fans, keep your fix going with Denver Sports CU Football Post-Game Recap. Available every home game exclusively on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Presented by Corwin Toyota Boulder. Family driven for over 100 years.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin. And over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, two-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer. I have a true treadmill at home. It's the smoothest and quietest I've ever been on.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
Halloween's here. Costumes, candy, and maybe a few scares. But nothing scarier than being ghosted by your insurance company after an accident. At Postman Law, we've delivered over $3 billion to our clients, and we make it simple. Speed, ease, results. With free case evaluations and no fee unless we win, you're never left in the dark. Call 844-POSTMAN or visit postmanlaw.com. Others promise. Postman delivers. This is attorney advertising.
Ever tried fixing an outlet yourself? First, you watch a DIY video, then you grab your tools. Next thing you know, sparks are flying and your hair looks like you just licked an electrical socket. Let's avoid that, shall we? Piper Electric has been providing expert electrical service since 1983. Repairs, upgrades, EV charger installations, even commercial and industrial. They do it all and do it right. They're giving you $50 off your next service. No fried hair required. Call 303-422-9219 today. Piper Electric. Leave the electricity to the experts.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Get ready for every Broncos game with Super Bowl 50 champion Brandon Marshall as he joins the drive every Friday afternoon at 4:45 exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Thanks to Corwin Toyota Boulder. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. DenverSports.com and the Denver Sports app. It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, our guy Mike Kliss, we talked to him on Friday, our 9 News Broncos insider presented by Fitness Gallery. Mike, thanks for being back with us. Happy Friday to you. If you were to isolate the biggest key to victory for the Denver Broncos in Houston this weekend, what would you say?
I still have the 2023 game in my mind, and Will Anderson kind of destroyed. That was Russell Wilson, who, of course, takes way more sacks than Bo Nix. But still, Will Anderson blew up that game. You know, he dominated. And I would say they gotta neutralize him as probably the number one key.
Mike, we all know now that PS2 is not playing. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being, hey, look, like we need to pack it up, we're not winning this game, or 1 being it's no big deal. How nervous are you for the Denver Broncos going into this game against the Houston Texans?
Somewhere in between there. In team sports, it's actually two huge guys they're missing. I mean, Surtain is huge. Marvin Mims, Surtain is huge. He's a great player, probably the best player overall, but he's one position. Marvin Mims might be a little tougher to replace because he's four positions. Two returner spots and two offensive positions. So between the two, I think it's on the concern side of things. I do think that in team sports, teams do rally. I remember back in the Avalanche regular Stanley Cup days, Forsberg would go down and the team would seem to play better. I never understood that. Sometimes Forsberg and Sakic would both go down and the team would play well. Sometimes, everyone else lifts their game just a little bit. And you also find out about other players. In this case, Jede Barron should get more snaps. Chris Abrams-Drain should get more snaps. And maybe we find out those are real good players. Pat Bryant on offense, Troy Franklin, maybe Trent Sherfield. I think I would be from the practice squad for return purposes.
Mike's breaking up a little bit. Let's see if we can get him back when he's back on a clean line. Because I want to circle back with him about the Barron thing. We need to talk about that and just his current status and why it would be a second-year, fifth-round Chris Abrams-Drain starting opposite of Pat Surtain.
That seems to be bugging you a lot. I mean, it bugs me too because it's like, dude, we spent a first-round draft pick on you, and yet Chris Abrams-Drain, my guessing, is gonna get the go-ahead to start this game off.
Yeah, it's a little bit unsettling because I have to. And I think we have Mike back with us. Mike, talk to me about the Jede Barron factor because I think the more time that we're advancing through the week here, it seems like Chris Abrams-Drain is going to get the opportunity across Riley Moss. And, Jede Barron on draft night, I'm sure Sean Payton thought that on a week like this, Jede Barron would be starting opposite of Riley Moss, but yet it's a second-year fifth-round player in Chris Abrams-Drain. What's going on with Barron, and what is his current standing within the Denver Broncos?
I think on draft night they also had him starting ahead of Jaquan McMillan at the nickel position, and that didn't happen. I think Jede Barron is doing fine. I keep hearing he's doing well, but you're right. He's not quite playing like you would expect for a first-round pick, number 20 overall pick. I think next year you're going to see the Jede Barron that they drafted, and rookie years they all come along when they come along. That's what John Fox. They all come along at their own pace. They just had that 50-year reunion. Malik Jackson didn't take off until his fourth year, and he wound up getting two monster $10 million plus contracts, and he didn't really take off with the Broncos till his fourth year, the 2015 Super Bowl season. So I do know that they wanted to take a look at Barron on the boundary this week. He had been kind of settled back into the slot position. This week they were going to look at him at the boundary along with Abrams-Drain and make their decision. I don't know what the outcome of that is, so we'll see. But everything I hear internally is they're happy with Barron. He's coming along fine. They're not disappointed. But I know externally more was expected.
Mike, I think Zach and I, we've been the two that have been kind of pounding the table about we want to see an identity. We want to see an identity. We need to see one. For you, moving forward for the Denver Broncos, do you believe that the Denver Broncos finally have an identity for their offense specifically?
Yeah, I mean, they've scored, 77 points their last 5 quarters. And I would say in that time period, their identity was balanced. It did seem like the run, whenever J.K. Dobbins was running for 7 yards on first down rather than getting stacked up for 2 yards on first down, everything else in that offense opened up. They do have to run the ball, even if they don't run it more than they pass, and they don't. They're always going to pass the ball more than they run, certainly for more yardage every game. But they need, a 7-yard here, a 8-yard there, pop a 15 a couple times a game, and that helps set up the play action and Bo doing everything off the run. Another identity is Bo's athleticism. He seems to throw the ball real well on the move. They move him a lot. He runs now. In the last couple of games, he didn't as much as last game, but in that comeback against the Giants, he scrambled and ran quite a bit. Even had some design runs. So I would say the identity is Bo's athleticism at quarterback. Maybe not to the extent of Lamar Jackson with the Ravens, but maybe Lamar Jackson last night with the Ravens. An athletic quarterback mixed in with a strong running game that J.K. Dobbins and now Harvey are providing.
Oh, man, I wish we had more time to do this, Mike. I got about 3 or 4 more questions for you, but we will let it settle there for now. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the game against the Texans, and we'll talk to you next Friday.
Happy Halloween, guys.
Happy Halloween. There he goes. Mike Kliss, our 9 News Broncos insider, presented by Fitness Gallery. They sell the world's finest fitness equipment. We're going to shift gears away from the Broncos for just a couple minutes because I have to ask the question. Can Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes keep their season from becoming embarrassing? And in some ways, is it there right now? I want to talk about it with Phillip Lindsay coming up next.
Can the Broncos offense stay red hot against the Texans? How will Vance Joseph handle the absence of Patrick Surtain? We'll break it all down in the Fan Football pregame show. Live on game day starting at 9 a.m. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
How good does it feel to let go of 82 pounds in just 16 weeks? And I feel free. Soda Weight Loss is the #1 weight loss company in America for client satisfaction and results.
In 16 weeks, I lost 82 pounds because I had learned how to eat smarter. And that's what Soda does. They don't just help you lose weight fast, they help you keep it off with habits that last a lifetime.
No hunger, no shots, no guesswork.
You probably saved my life. I mean, I was 30 pounds overweight. I went on soda, and now I'm healthy, and I just got off my blood pressure medicine and my cholesterol medicine, and that is amazing to me.
With Soda Weight Loss, you get real support to help you let go of the weight for good. And now, it's easier than ever. Join Soda Weight Loss now, and your partner joins for free. Visit SodaWeightLoss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
Samantha Flanagan here for Flanagan Law. Think a fender bender can't cause serious injuries? Think again. Many significant injuries don't show symptoms immediately. I've seen it. Protect your rights. Look for the Shamrock. Go with Flanagan Law. Online at flanagan.law.
Catch a ride with EV and Auto. Catch a ride.
Oh no, it's the attack of Zombie Auto.
Deals. Auto wants deals.
Well, good thing Foundation Chevrolet has the best deals during Truck Month. Like the all-new 2026 heavy-duty Chevy Silverado. Ready to haul tons of candy this Halloween season.
Auto loves deals.
Treat yourself to a tricked-out truck from Foundation Chevy. And together, let's drive.
Visit FoundationChevrolet.com and catch a ride.
What if you could delay your next 2 mortgage payments? That's right. Imagine putting those 2 payments in your pocket and finally getting a little breathing room ahead of the holidays. It's possible when you call American Financing today. If you're feeling stretched by everyday expenses, groceries, gas, bills piling up, you're not alone. Most Americans are putting these expenses on credit cards, and credit card rates are insane in the 20s or even 30s. American Financing can show you how to use your home's equity to pay off that debt with rates in the low 5s. Their salary-based mortgage consultants are helping homeowners just like you restructure their loans and save money every month, all without upfront fees. Their customers are saving an average of $800 a month. That's like a $10,000 raise without having to change jobs. Call American Financing before it's too late at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org. APR for rates in the 5s start at 6.196% for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here for 5280 Exteriors. Big deals on windows and siding. Order in October, finance with them, and pay nothing until November 2027. Be warm for the holidays. Call 5280 Exteriors. Low monthly payments. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Macy's Backstage is a whole department inside your Macy's store where you can find the latest looks all for under $30. With new arrivals every day, you never know what you'll find. Find a location at Macy'sBackstage.com.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, TU hockey skates with Alaska Anchorage in Game 1 with pregame starting at 6:30. Saturday morning on 104.3 HD2, Air Force football faces Army with pregame starting at 9:30. Then on 104.3 HD3, TU hockey skates with Alaska Anchorage in Game 2 with pregame starting at 5:30.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at WistaraCU.com.
It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, just about halfway home here on a Friday, and I want to talk a little Colorado football, but a story just came out right now in real time that we have got to talk about. Because to say it's out of left field, I mean, for sure. And it actually has to do with a former teammate of yours.
Yeah.
And a former first-round draft pick of the Denver Broncos. Holy smokes. How about this? And we just had Kliss on. He didn't mention it. I would have asked him about it. But according to our own 104.3 The Fan Broncos insider, Mike Kliss, Paxton Lynch is making a return to football, and he's doing it with the Colorado Spartans, the indoor football league, indoor games to be played at the Denver Coliseum beginning in March. I mean, whoa. I did not see this story coming.
No, I mean, for Paxton, he's still trying, man. He's still trying, and I guess when you really love the game and you don't want to give it up, you try to figure out a way to continue to play. So that's good for the Spartans, though. Have some type of like a name, a name where it's going to attract people to come to and want to see them play even more, because there are a bunch of talented players. Because I got to actually go to a game. There's a bunch of talented players that are still playing that just never got the chance, or just kind of just want to continue to play the game. So it's fun to watch.
Man, so I remember Paxton Lynch's last game that he ever played in the NFL. It was the season finale of the 2017 season when the Broncos played Kansas City.
Yeah.
And it was Pat Mahomes' first game. So it was the guy that was the hope to be the future of the Broncos quarterback playing his last game, and Pat Mahomes playing his very first game. And so,
because Alex Smith was still with the Chiefs at that time, correct?
And they had the division wrapped up.
Yeah.
And so Mahomes got to make his debut. Lynch actually played well in the game, to be honest with you. He threw for 254 yards. Well, I say he played well. He threw 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, but went 21 for 31 for 254 yards. Wow, so Paxton Lynch will be back throwing a football in an arena setting for the Denver Spartans. All right.
All right, Paxton.
All right, we'll see how it goes.
We'll sling that rock.
I'm sure we'll have some sort of update when the games begin in March. But, all right. So can Deion Sanders and the Buffs keep their season from becoming embarrassing? And now, I know the team got embarrassed last week in Utah, losing by, that score should be erased from the history of football, especially the stats at halftime. I never saw anything like that in my life.
But see, the thing is, you weren't doing this job when the Buffs were really bad.
I was.
No, I'm talking about before you got here, because
they couldn't have been worse than they were.
The Buffs got beat 70-14 in the third quarter against the Oregon Ducks. 70-14. And they were taking butt whoopings after butt whoopings after butt whoopings. And I was in high school at that time. So I don't know if you were here. No, I
was not here for that.
Okay.
But you have to remember how bad it was the year with Carl Durrell.
Yeah, that was bad too.
When they went 1-11, and the one game that they won, the students stormed the field and took down the field goal post.
But I don't want to remember the Carl Durrell era. But were people getting beat by 60? Were the players out there getting beat by 60 a game?
I mean, it was really bad, Phil. I'm looking at some of the scores right now. 38-13, 41-10, 49-7, 45-17, 43-20, 42-9, 49-10, 55-17, 54-7. I mean, it was Utah hung 63. I mean, it was pretty bad. They were actually, and I'll never forget this stat. They were 1-11, their record, but they were 2-10 against the spread, meaning that Vegas would try to make an even number so people could bet on each side, and they could not catch up with how bad CU football was in 2022.
Yeah, that's bad too. So there's been some rough times.
There's been some rough times.
So although last Saturday night was embarrassing, and that was a rough time, they have the team and the talent to stay afloat. You put that stat out, I want to say at the beginning of the week. The teams that Colorado has played so far has combined
35-5.
So there's context to it. They're not playing against bad football teams. They're playing against really, really good football teams. Now, that's no excuse. You got to go out there and play. And Deion said that this team was going to be better than it was last year. But there's still a little bit of context to why they're getting that butt whooped and why Utah put a butt whooping on them Saturday night.
Well, it's probably around this time of the week where CU is able to sit down again after the welts went away.
Sit on a donut,
huh? So CU is about a 4-point underdog at home. Arizona is a 4-3. A win, all right, would put the Buffs at 4-5. A loss would send them to 3-6. And if they're 3-6 after 9, with twice as many losses as wins, on the heels of what you just said, that Deion said this is a better team.
Yeah.
I think things would be embarrassing at that point. Now, you got embarrassed in a game, but things have not been embarrassing because of some of the context that you just brought up. But if they go to 3-6, it's
even if it's like a nail biter, it comes down to a field goal.
Can't lose at home to Arizona and go to 3-6. You just can't do it. Can't do it.
I'm with you. At this point, it's fight or flight. Who are you guys? Coach Prime, who are you as a coach? Pat Shurmur, who are you as an offensive coordinator? Robert Livingston, a guy we praise a lot. Who are you? What is your defense all about? The identity of your defense. We always talk about identity. Who are you guys? And for the players, what are you guys going to do? What do you want to stand for? Do you want to just sit there, bend over, and just take it?
Right.
Or do you want to do something about it? Because you are talented. You are talented enough to do it. You do have talented players. You guys have to come together and find a way to win this game at home on Folsom Field, where you have some Folsom magic. You have a really good fan base that's excited to watch you guys play, but they want to see wins.
Right. And my fear is if they lose, or let's just say they take it on the chin, like, what kind of crowd shows up for that last home game against Arizona State, And it's probably too early to be thinking like that, but this thing could trend downward pretty quickly. I mean, it's trending downward now, but maybe spiral is probably a better word. Arizona's 1-6 on the road under Brett Brennan. when this schedule came out, we looked at this game and said, okay, you're going to go to a bowl game. You got to win that game, and I know bowl game's probably not going to happen. What do you got to go here?
You got to win your 3.
You got to go 3-1.
3-1, yep.
Yep. So and
it still can happen.
It still can happen.
Yeah, you got to win. You got to win tomorrow.
You got to win tomorrow. West Virginia's not good. Kansas State's actually playing better. The Avery Johnson kid's actually playing better.
Yeah.
With Arizona State mixed in, but
He had
Arizona
a group
State
after his dad and his brother were getting into it, fighting.
Yes, in Ireland in week 0. But Arizona State lost their quarterback, Sam Levitt.
Yes.
And he's done for the year.
That's big news right there.
These next 4 games, every single one of them is winnable. Every single one of them. So a bowl game can still happen. You got to go 3-1 in your last 4. Would I bet for that to happen? I would not. But at the same time, it lives within reality. So the kid from Angels in the outfield said it could happen. So we'll see. We'll see if it does. We'll see if it does. All right.
Look at you.
I want to talk about life without Pat Surtain. What should we expect on Sunday in Houston without the Broncos' best player? That's coming up next.
The Broncos are hitting the road for a showdown with Houston. Kick your football Sunday off in style with Denver Game Day. Powered by Common Spirit Health, official healthcare partner of the Denver Broncos. Live on Game Day starting at 7 a.m. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
No, it's not too soon to start holiday shopping. Ulta Beauty's early Black Friday event is happening now through November 22nd. Shop $10 beauty minis from brands like MAC and Too Faced. Take 30% off Lancome and Touchland fragrances and body mists. With new offers dropping every week, our associates can help you find the perfect gifts. Head into Ulta Beauty today to shop our early Black Friday event. Ulta Beauty. Gifting happens here.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Heads up, pros. Now's your chance to unlock deeper savings. The Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred pricing can help you save thousands on the products your business uses the most. But the current benefit ends November 15th. Don't miss out. Registration for the new program is free and easy. Just bring your tax ID or business or contractor's license to the Pro Desk. Register now to lock in the best wholesale prices before it's too late.
Winning matters. Postman Law has recovered over $3 billion for clients. Injured? Call 844-POSTMAN. It's free to see if you have a case. Others promise. Postman delivers.
Brandon Stokely here from my friends at Roller Auction, leader in Colorado auctions for over 40 years. They conduct over 150 auctions every year, selling tens of thousands of items at the price you set. Auctions are held regularly for Colorado government agencies, and they always have big-ticket items at great prices. That's why I love Roller Auction. And almost all bidding is conducted online in real time, and it's open to the public. Anyone can participate. Check back regularly. New auctions are added weekly. Be the first to know about new auctions available for bidding when you sign up for email notifications. Go to rollerauction.com/thefan.
Looking to sell your used Rolex watch? We buy and sell pre-owned Rolex watches, all styles from old to new. Hi, I'm Scott Matthew with Matthew's Fine Watches and Jewelry. Bring in your Rolex watch and we will buy it on the spot. No shipping your watch off to the internet site and waiting to get a check. Bring your used Rolex into Matthews. We have been servicing Colorado since 1951. Located in the Highlands Ranch Town Center. Matthews, we buy, sell, and service Rolex watches.
Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry, located in the Highlands Ranch Town Center or online at MatthewsFineWatches.com.
Hey, it's Mike Evans with Todd Whalen from Advanced Tax Solutions. Todd, the government is shut down, the IRS is shut down, but what does that mean for folks who are dealing with the IRS?
Yeah, Mike, it's big news. The IRS has been laying off people again. So my advice right now really would be to take care of the problem while nobody's looking, especially if you have unfiled tax returns. It's better to just kind of slip them in right now when nobody's looking. A lot less scrutiny. And so now's the time to get in and, save yourself the stress. The slower they move, the better job we can do and the better outcome you're going to have. But if they're hot and heavy on your back, that's not the time to take care of a tax problem. So for your own peace of mind and sanity, if you have unfiled tax returns, give us a call today.
There he is, Todd Whalen, with over 30 years of experience helping people with their IRS issues. Please take advantage of what he can do for you. Call Advanced Tax Solutions 303-753-6040.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're over 50, it's likely you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Cake Mortgage Corp. Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 1734623. Licensed in Colorado by the Division of Real Estate. Terms and conditions apply. These days, we expect everything fast. Streaming, food delivery, even same-day shipping. So why should using the equity in your home to get cash be any different? At Cake Mortgage, we get fast. We just got a client approved for $300,000 in under 24 hours with our Cake Fast Cash program. If you're struggling with high-interest debt, roll it into one low monthly payment and save hundreds or more each month. The best part? You'll keep your current mortgage rate and only pay for what you use. Cake Mortgage. Your fresh-baked fast cash loan is ready to enjoy. So don't wait. Call 720-850-0012. That's 720-850-0012. Or visit cakehome.com. For thousands of 5-star reviews.
Advent Health is Littleton's home for highly specialized, life-changing heart care. From preventive screenings to personalized treatment options, it's heartfelt care from expert hands. The Advent Health Heart and Vascular Institute is now open, ready to provide wholehearted care for your whole health.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, hanging out with you on a Bud Light Football Friday. Man, we are live from Skippy's Bar and Grill off East Iliff Ave in Denver, Aurora area. We're going to be here until just about 5:30, and there's still room for you, but it's been so fun talking to so many great listeners of ours who come out here and support us, make us feel great. Always appreciate that. We're going to be joined by Super Bowl 50 champion Brandon Marshall here in less than 30 minutes from now. You're not going to want to miss that. Speaking of missing things, man, life without the Defensive Player of the Year is about to begin. And, man, I have to just be honest with you, Phil.
How you feeling, man?
I'm pretty concerned. I'm pretty concerned because as Houston is getting healthy at receiver, both Nico Collins and Christian Kirk didn't play last week.
Nope.
They're the best receivers the Texans have. C.J. Stroud is really starting to come on and look like his rookie self. PS2 is not going to play, and the Denver Broncos play the most man coverage of anyone in the NFL. In fact, they're the only team in a league of 32 that plays at least 60% of coverage snaps in man-to-man defense. And I'm worried about the trickle-down effect of what this is going to look like over the course of 4 quarters.
Well, let's start with this. Do you want the Denver Broncos to continue to play man knowing that you don't have PS2 there? Or do you want them to get out of it?
Man, it's such a good question, and I feel like I'm unprepared and unqualified to answer it because I don't know what it looks like without PS2. I've only seen the Broncos with PS2.
Yeah.
This is only the third game he's going to miss in his career, which is a testament to his availability for sure. But, like, it could look I believe in Riley Moss. Chris Abrams-Drain, I don't really know enough. Last week he was targeted 6 times, got 6 balls caught on him for 75 yards, something like that, and a quarterback rating of 115. What does that look like over the course of 4 quarters? I don't know. I don't know.
When I look at it, it's like for VJ is not going to sit here and say, let's go, man. Let's put these 2 young cornerbacks in Riley Moss and Chris Abrams-Drain in a bad situation where they're going up against 2 really good receivers. What VJ is, my guessing is going to do is help them out. Let's go more zone. Let's disguise the look and make it look like we're going to play man, make it look like we're going to rush 5, and then drop back in coverage to make it harder for C.J. Stroud to try to pick you apart. Let's have 2 safeties over the top in Hufanga and Brennan Jones that can be the last line of defense if Riley Moss or Chris Abrams-Drain gets beat. So I think that you're going to see a situation where you're not going to see as much man being played. Now, there are still going to be sprinkled in man because that's just the identity of the Denver Broncos right now defensively. But to help the cornerbacks, both of them out, you're going to have a couple of people over the top, and that's your safeties. Maybe it's the nickels. Maybe you're going to go more dime and have like a cover 4 look, a cover 6 look. I know nobody knows what I'm talking about, so I'm talking to myself. Just more people in the back to try to help out and put more pressure on the pass rush to have to get to C.J. Stroud without that extra man, that 5th man.
Well, I'm a bit anxious about it. I trust Riley. Now, it doesn't mean that, Nico Collins isn't going to have a catch, all right, because I know Twitter is going to be in an uproar. But here's the facts. Riley Moss has allowed opposing quarterbacks to complete just 45% of their passes when they target Riley Moss this season. It's the lowest mark in the NFL amongst cornerbacks who have been targeted at least 30 times this season. He's been good, regardless of what the loud minority is saying about Riley. Riley has been good. Riley's teammates know he's been good. I was listening to Pat Surtain on that podcast with, who was that, Terrion Arnold?
Yeah.
And they had someone else on as well. I forget who it was, but they were like...
Cornerback, he was with the Buffs. He was with the Buffs for a second before he went to Oregon. Got drafted in the first round. Now he's with the Patriots. Christian Gonzalez. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, okay.
Another cornerback.
And they were like, Riley Moss's name came up, and they're like, yeah, Riley's been balling. They're like, Riley's been balling. And so the coach says that. His teammates and his contemporaries are saying that.
Yep.
The numbers are saying that. So you can believe them, or you can believe people like Will Peterson and Twitter who says that Riley Moss stinks. So
yeah, no, Riley is doing his part. And the one thing I love about Riley Moss is he has that one snapping clear mentality. Meaning if I make a play, that's great. Let's clear that out because I have a bunch of more plays I have to make. If there's a play made on me or I give up a touchdown, that's fine. It sucks, but I'm going to one step and clear. Let's go to the next play. You have to be like that if you're a cornerback. And now for Riley, it's like, dude, you're number 1. So your thought process has to be, I have the confidence in myself to go out here and dominate, which he can do. He has the athletic ability. He's smart. He's physical. He has to prove it to himself that he can be a receiver or cornerback 1 in this league.
Well, Chris Abrams-Drain, the more information we're gathering, I think that it's going to be Chris Abrams-Drain opposite of Riley Moss. And we'll find out for sure. Now, there is a conversation to be had about Jahdae Barron, and it doesn't mean that, the sky is falling. But at the same time, I think that this spring, if we talked about this situation, hey, PS2 is not going to be able to go in Week 9. What do you think it'll look like? I think all of Broncos country would have had Jahdae Barron in an increased role.
Yeah.
I just don't know if that's actually going to take place. And not necessarily saying that something's wrong with Jahdae Barron. I just don't know if it's right enough if you ask the Broncos behind closed doors, because actions are louder than words, and if he's not out there, and he hasn't been out there a lot, he's playing like amongst the least among the first rounders. It's just something to keep on monitoring, that's all.
No, it definitely is, and it shows, obviously, that either Sean Payton and VJ both, or maybe it's just Vance Joseph, does not trust Jahdae Barron enough to put him out there on the outside and have him start this game off. And I also do know that they're going to play a lot of dime, which means you add more cornerbacks out there. So now that you have Chris Abrams-Drain out there, you still need to add one more, which is going to be Jahdae Barron. So maybe their thought process is, look, we're going to play a lot of dime, so Jahdae Barron's going to be out there. You have Jaquan McMillan that's going to be out there, and Chris Abrams-Drain. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to play dime with a zone look, drop everybody back, and let our 4 pass rushers go to work and make them earn their money and go get this quarterback.
All right, here is Vance Joseph yesterday speaking to our local media here, talking about having a good plan in place to pull the weight of Pat Surtain.
We have a good plan to kind of, pull Pat's weight with multiple guys. It won't just be one guy. It's going to be all of us. It's me calling it clean. It's our D-line and providing pass rush for our young DBs. And it's our young DBs just doing it right and playing to the system. It can't be a drop-off when you lose only one player. As great as Pat is, we get that. But, we got a game to go win. And I expect us to play well. And the guys who are playing in place of Pat, I expect them to play well.
All right. It sounds good right now. We'll see how it actually looks on game day. That's a tall task for VJ to try to scheme it up and mask the fact that you're missing your best player and one of the single best players that the NFL has to offer.
Yeah, no doubt. But you know what? It is the next man up approach. You have Riley that wants to get paid. You have someone like Chris Abrams-Drain that wants a little bit more respect put on his name. This is the time to do it. I remember I had to go and do it. Remember that I had the chance to start finally week 5, and the coach is coming up to me saying, hey, are you ready for this moment? Heck yeah, I'm ready for this moment. Give me more carries. Let me go to work. Let me prove to you guys I deserve to be in this league, and not only in this league, but starting in it. And so for Riley and Chris Abrams-Drain, this is your moment. You have 3 games where Pastor Tan's more than likely not going to play in. Go out there and make yourself some money.
All right, outside of Pat Surtain, we'd have another impactful Bronco missing on Sunday, while another is set to return. We'll talk about both Broncos coming up next.
The Fan Flyaway is back, presented by 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. To kick off 2026, Denver Sports 1043 The Fan is sending you to Phoenix for the biggest party in golf. Airfare, hotel tickets, and $500 in spending money, all included. Head to thefanflyaway.com to register. That's thefanflyaway.com. Denver Sports 1043 The Fan.
All right, everybody, what's going on? Phillip Lindsay here. And you know what? I got a bit of an obsession I need to talk to you guys about, and that's with Daisy's French Onion Dip. One of my guilty pleasures during football season is relaxing and eating dips with chips, wings, and veggies while watching any big-time game out there. And now that Daisy's has come out with a delicious Daisy French Onion Dip, along with a Daisy Ranch Dip, guys, these are definitely game changers that you're not going to want to miss out on, and you're definitely going to want to try. They're as delicious as a homemade dip, and they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients that you can find in your own kitchen. So if you want to be blown away just like I was, then you need to give Daisy's French Onion Dip a try today. You can find Daisy's French Onion Dip at a grocery store near you.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, 2-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health. That's why I've made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer. I have a true treadmill at home. It's the smoothest and quietest I've ever been on.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
Snow is coming, and Silterhar Motors is ready, stocked up on a boatload of Broncos sports built for adventure in rain, sleet, or snow. Only at Silterhar Motors, buy a 2025 Broncos Sport for only $25,999 or lease for only $299 per month. Silterhar has the top selection with over 1,000 new and used vehicles available to choose from 5 different brands, all at one location. See their complete inventory of new and used vehicles at sthmotors.com. Silterhar Motors. Get everything you want out of a dealership.
Every time I turn around, my friends at Pure Talk give me one more reason to feel good about switching. This month, for instance, they're supporting Canines for Warriors, a terrific organization that trains rescue dogs and then pairs them up with combat veterans struggling with PTSD. The result? They're saving lives on both ends of the leash. This is why I switched to Pure Talk. I like being in business with an American wireless company who shares my values. Yeah, I appreciate unlimited talk, text, and plenty of 5G data for just $25 a month, and I bet you will too. But I think you'll really appreciate doing business with a company who gives back to the men and women who volunteered to defend our country. Just dial pound 250, say micro. With Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team, you can switch in as little as 10 minutes. Again, dial pound 250, say micro, to switch to an American wireless company who actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
A very nice couple I know came into the bank the other day. They brought their children, both dressed in Halloween costumes. The mother said they just couldn't wait to show off their outfits. They're so excited. This is Jay Rickstrew for Alpine Bank, member FDIC. The little boy wore a black cape. "I'm Dracula," he said. "I have fangs." I smiled, "But I don't bite. I just want candy." The little girl, dressed like Cinderella, she said, "My mom says Alpine Bank believes in kids and the dreams coming true." I told her she was right. Alpine Bank does everything it can to help people be happier and better off. I asked the little girl why she was wearing tennis shoes instead of glass slippers. She said, "Glass slippers make my feet sweat." Smart girl.
A friend asked me the other day why I loved being in the diamond and jewelry business so much. I'm Shayna Williams.
And I'm Dylan Williams from Williams Jewelers. It's not just about shiny rocks, precious metals, and meticulous craftsmanship from the world's very best.
It's really about you.
It's your life and loves. It's about your moments and the ones that define you.
It's the birthdays, the anniversaries, the birth of a child. It's when you're on one knee asking the love of your life to spend forever together with you.
For 3 generations now here in Denver, you've trusted Williams Jewelers with the most important moments in your life.
That's what's precious to us.
And why we love what we do here at Williams Jewelers every day.
You see, our why is you.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
Williams Jewelers of Inglewood, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche. In Inglewood at Broadway and Bellevue, and right now online at WilliamsDiamonds.com.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out. Terms and conditions apply to the earnings promotion.
Do you have caregiving experience as a parent, teacher, nanny, coach, or in another similar role? Hop Skip Drive is looking for experienced caregivers who want to help students in their community by driving them to and from school. Earn up to $50 per ride with Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion, all while helping your community. If you have your own vehicle that is no more than 10 years old, a clean driving record, and at least 5 years of caregiving experience, you could become a Hop Skip Drive care driver. Just text STUDENT to 323232 to get started right now. Hop Skip Drive gives you the flexibility to set your own schedule and earn competitive pay. It's simple. Drive in your free time and make a real difference for students right in your neighborhood. Don't wait. Text STUDENT to 323232 right now. Text STUDENT to 323232 and start earning up to $50 per ride during Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion period. That's STUDENT to 323232. Text STUDENT to 323232 now.
I'm Katie LaSalle, 9 News Weather Impact Team forecaster and outdoor enthusiast who loves to hike in Boulder County. I love preparing you for your day ahead. Whether it's tracking the frigid storm coming in or giving you the latest snow totals for your favorite mountain, we've got you covered. Your weather impact forecast should move as fast as you do, because weather never stops, and neither do we. Make the move to 9 News Mornings. Weekday mornings, live starting at 4:30, anywhere you watch.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, DU Hockey skates with Alaska Anchorage in Game 1 with pregame starting at 6:30. Saturday morning on 104.3 HD2, Air Force football faces Army with pregame starting at 9:30. Then on 104.3 HD3, DU Hockey skates with Alaska Anchorage in Game 2 with pregame starting at 5:30.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at WistaraCU.com.
It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
outside of Pat Surtain, we have another impactful Bronco missing on Sunday, while another is actually set to return. So we talked a lot about Pat Surtain, and rightfully so. All right, he's the Defensive Player of the Year. He's the best player the Broncos have. But also, Marvin Mims will likely miss the game with a concussion.
I think he's out.
Has it
the
been
injury
rolled
report,
out?
Yep, ruled him out. PS2 out, and Nate Atkins
out
because Nate Atkins did not go to the IR list. He's not on the IR list either, so they're hoping to get him back when Pat Surtain comes back.
Well, Marvin Mims took a shot on the sideline last week that was vicious. And
boy, did he.
Honestly, we were having this conversation off the air yesterday, I think it was. Like, that happens in a college game. Like, the defender might have been tossed out of the game. And they didn't, catch it or whatever, but Mims dealing with the, after effects of that concussion. And, man, it's a big deal that Mims is not going to be in this game.
Zach, it's a huge deal. If I had to, rank it or, 1 to 10, on a scale of 1 to 10, how concerned I am, I would put it at a 6. I could go 7, and here's why I say a 6 or even a 7, because he's a weapon out there for Bo Nix, a playmaker that you can get the ball in his hands right away. You line him up as a running back. His speed, you can't coach speed, you just have it. Now, Troy Franklin has speed as well, but having both Marvin Mims and Troy Franklin, you keep a defense honest. Now the defense has to respect you. Now that Marvin Mims is not there, now it's like, okay, we're going to double up on Cortland Sutton. We're going to let Troy Franklin and Pat Bryant beat us.
Yep.
And we're going to make sure that we have somebody over the top on Troy Franklin because we know he does have speed. So it's one of these things where when you're missing a guy like Marvin Mims, do-it-all baby joker, it just hurts you and it takes away one of Bo Nix's weapons. On top of that, you have to remember for a lot of people out there, Marvin Mims was a Pro Bowler and an All-Pro as a kick and punt returner. So now that he is not there to make those plays or to secure the catch on a punt, because I'll tell you what, man, catching those punts are scary. I'll never forget them saying this to me when I was with the Denver Broncos. Phil, if you want to make this team, you have to catch punts. On the outside, I was cool, calm, and collected, and I said, yeah, I got you. On the inside, I'm like, man, God, please help me out, because if I drop this punt, I don't have a job.
Yeah.
So for Marvin Mims, you know what you're getting out of him. And you know that he's your security blanket when it does come to catching the punts. So now it's like, who's going to be your punt and kick returner? So these are things that you have to ask yourself, and why Marvin Mims is so valuable to this team, and why I'm a little concerned, and my concern-o-meter is at a 6, maybe even a 7.
Well, it's interesting. We talked with Mike Kliss earlier today, and he said, the PS2 absence is legitimate. He goes, but Marvin Mims' absence, it's almost like you're losing 4 players because of all the things that he actually does between special teams, taking handoffs, end arounds, in the receiving game, punts, kicks, all that stuff. So it is a big deal. Broncos are going to have to find a way to overcome it. And then on the other side of the coin, Dre Greenlaw returning to the Denver Broncos. He was available for 1 game. I thought he played pretty well for not playing in that.
Pitch count, and was able to get 6 tackles. It was pretty impressive for Dre Greenlaw to get out there and just start playing. I mean, the man has missed so much football.
Yeah.
He missed all of camp, all of preseason. Was it 4 games? Well, it might have been 7 games.
I think it was. It was 5 games.
5 games.
Came back for game number 6.
Yes.
It was. Excuse me. He came back for the 7th game. Got suspended for the 8th game, and this is the 9th game.
Yeah,
okay,
so
there we go.
He's missed a lot of football. Pretty much a
Yeah.
lot of football.
Yeah.
Now for Dre Greenlaw, it's like we have to keep you on the football field now. No more stupid mistakes or getting mad at the referee. Just do your job. We're paying the Denver Broncos are paying you a lot of money to make some big time plays and cover some of these slot receivers and running backs out there. So we need you on the football field.
What do you think is a bigger deal? And this is a weird question that I'm going to ask you, so I'm just going to get ahead of it here. Is it a bigger deal that Marvin Mims will not be playing, or is it a bigger deal that Dre Greenlaw will be playing?
It's a bigger deal that Marvin Mims is not playing. For Dre Greenlaw, we just don't know enough about Dre Greenlaw right now as a Denver Bronco. And we've still been able to be successful without Dre Greenlaw.
It's true.
With Marvin Mims, he's been there all the time. He's a guy that you can rely on as a punt and kick returner, but also making more plays for the Denver Broncos when they give him that opportunity. Now you're taking him away from the offense. You're taking him away from Bo Nix, who, by the way, we talked about like a franchise quarterback. He's still developing and needs all of his weapons right there in front of him. But now that you take Marvin Mims out of it, you kind of take one of Bo Nix's arms off, right? Where it's like, dang, I have one of my weapons that's not here. Who do I go to? Who's my safety blanket or the gadgets guy that I can rely on to spark a play? So that's where I am. I'm more concerned about Marvin Mims not being there than Dre Greenlaw being a part of this mix.
I think I co-sign that with you. I think I co-sign that. All right. If you want to react to any of that, you can hit us up on the RamosLaw.com text line, 303-713-1043. Someone says Mims is the second most important behind J.K. Dobbins on offense.
No. Cortland Sutton.
Sutton,
Yes.
yeah.
No,
Sutton
it
would
goes
come before that.
Court, J.K., and then I guess you could say Mims because he can do it all.
I would just have him flipped. I would say J.K.,
Okay.
Court, and then obviously Bo overall.
Yeah,
he's a
yeah,
quarterback. But, okay. All right, 303-713-1043 is where you can get that text in. We're going to take a quick timeout, all right? Is Houston's defense as real as their stats indicate? We'll ask Super Bowl 50 champion Brandon Marshall about that. And then also, can Bo Nix convert his skeptics into Bo-lievers as he stares down his toughest test yet? We'll get to all that as we are on the doorstep of 40 consecutive minutes of commercial-free sports talk coming up next.
After a breakout performance against Dallas, will R.J. Harvey run wild against the Texans? Will Dre Greenlaw provide a spark on defense? We'll react to it all in the Fan Football Postgame Show. Live on game day starting at the 2-minute warning. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What's going on, gentlemen? Yes, and I'm talking specifically to you guys out there. You need to get down to Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic if you're dealing with low T, because they're experts at treating low testosterone and other men's sexual health conditions. They've successfully treated tens of thousands of men that are dealing with low T, and a lot of these men have seen amazing differences that those treatments can make in their life, so they can help you out as well. So if you're like a lot of these guys that are dealing with this low T situation, within just a few weeks, you'll feel your energy return, the brain fog will go away, your sleep will improve, as with those workouts. And that sex drive, gentlemen, that everybody deserves to have will be significantly enhanced as well. All I need you to do is take the Low T quiz on their website. It's a simple 10-question quiz full of yes or no answers. It takes 2 minutes to do, so it's not hard. Then what you're going to do is schedule a consult with RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. They're going to draw your blood and have the results within 30 minutes. They also have 5 locations out there to serve you. So you can go to Fort Collins, North Denver, Central Denver, Castle Rock, and Colorado Springs. So give them a call today at 720-440-7900 or visit RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. That's RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Samantha Flanagan here for Flanagan Law. Think a fender bender can't cause serious injuries? Think again. Many significant injuries don't show symptoms immediately. I've seen it. Protect your rights. Look for the Shamrock. Go with Flanagan Law. Online at flanagan.law.
The cost of everything is still out of control, and many of us are relying on credit cards to cover essentials. If that debt is piling up, you're not alone. Americans collectively owe over $1 trillion in credit card debt. You might have considered reaching out to my friends at American Financing, but hesitated because you don't want to give up your low mortgage rate. Well, there's good news. They've created a smart equity loan, a solution designed to help you take control of your finances without touching your current mortgage. Unlike a HELOC, which can have varied interest rates, the smart equity loan offers a fixed rate. That means one predictable monthly payment, giving you peace of mind. This loan allows you to leverage the equity in your home to pay off high interest debt, free up your cash flow, and keep your existing low mortgage rate intact. It only takes 10 minutes to get started with no upfront or hidden fees. Call American Financing today and start saving now at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Whatever you're looking for when you head out into the wild, keep an open mind. Sometimes the real treasure is the journey itself. Sure enough, there's treasure out there. Sometimes it's something you didn't expect to find. And more often than not, It's as simple as the memories you make. Make some memories of your own with a new vehicle from Corwin Toyota. Family driven for over 100 years.
For many of us, it's happened before. Your hair is thinning, crowns disappearing. Maybe the hair loss has you feeling your identity is lost altogether. The solution that worked for me, it's an incredible yet simple one-day treatment that starts growing your own natural hair the very next day. And it's guaranteed to grow for life. It's the Advanced FUE from Advanced Hair. We've all seen the pills and lotions that come with monthly subscriptions. They help retain what you have, but what if you want your own natural hair permanently in specific areas? From Advanced Hair's state-of-the-art facilities to world-class Dr. Tanya Paul's, it's not maybe your hair will regrow, it's guaranteed that your new hair will grow. You decide how much, how thick, and where. It's why Advanced Hair is the winner of Westward's Best of Denver. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts, call 720-459-HAIR. That's 720-459-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Peyton Manning here. Throughout my football career, staying healthy was a big priority, but bumps, bruises, and injuries were part of the game. And for me, it's not just the clinical excellence and expertise that sets a medical team apart. It's also the compassion, kindness, and empathy they show. At Common Spirit Health, healing is quality care and human kindness. And my friends at Common Spirit are teaming up with their partners to spread human kindness and create healthy communities. Common Spirit Health. Hello, human kindness.
How good does it feel to let go of 82 pounds in just 16 weeks? And I feel free. Soda Weight Loss is the #1 weight loss company in America for client satisfaction and results.
In 16 weeks, I lost 82 pounds because I had learned how to eat smarter. And that's what Soda does. They don't just help you lose weight fast, they help you keep it off.
Join Soda Weight Loss now, and your partner joins for free. Visit sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. I think I'm some kind of football prophet.
Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
It's the Great Pumpkin, Colorado. Rock Creek Farms Pumpkin Patch and Corn Maze is one of the oldest in Colorado, with acres of pumpkins to pick, miles of mazes, baked goods, and more. Get your tickets now at rockcreekfarm.com.
Joel Klatt, the nation's leading voice in college football, joins Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth every Wednesday morning. Presented by Groove Toyota.
Here we go.
Tune in at 8:10 for exclusive insight, bold analysis, and maybe just a hint of shenanigans. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right. Rolling downhill on a Friday, and usually around this time, we check in with Super Bowl 50 champion Brandon Marshall. He joins us now, presented by Corwin Toyota Boulder. Before we dive into who Houston is, and I guess we're going to cross over into Houston anyway here, but I'm curious, on a scale of 1 to 10, B. Marsh, how concerned are you about the absence of Pat Surtain and what that could mean for the Broncos defense on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, he's a reigning defensive player of the year. I'm for sure concerned about this defense because he definitely takes away one side of the field. And, you know, granted, you got Riley Moss, who is playing pretty well this season, you know, getting more targets or most of the targets. I think these things will even out, and we'll see what the defense really has to offer. Now, one thing you can surely bet on, if that pass rush continues to wreak havoc, it'll help out, right? It won't be as much of a concern as if the quarterback was sitting in the back patting the ball. So, you know, hopefully, you know, Nick Bonito and Cooper and those guys still, you know, Zach Allen still can get to the QB, put pressure on it, and so that'll put less pressure on those corners.
Now, B. Mars, when it comes to VJ, like what do you think he is going to try to do, though? Will he try to disguise that they're going to play a lot more zone? Because I can't imagine them wanting to go man. And they've been playing 60% man this year.
Most in the NFL.
Most in the NFL. So for VJ, is it more like a zone? We're going to go zone majority of the game and just rely on that pass rush?
Yeah, because look, you have to play to the strengths of your players, right? Now Riley Moss can play man for sure, but what about the other side of the field, right? We're not sure. I think you want to play shell coverage, right? A shell is you put a shell over the top of the defense, whether that's cover 4, whether that's cover 2. I think you want to kind of feel out what you got and who you have, or how your secondary plays, because you don't want to put people in one-on-one opportunities and to get beat, right? I think one guy you do trust is Roddy Moss, so it could be a split coverage too. They can play man on his side, lean the safety to the opposite corner, drop the safety down, to the flat or to the hook on Riley Moss's side, because he's been proven to be able to play man coverage. Has he been beaten? Absolutely. But, as Aqib Talib alluded to in one of his episodes, if he gets that many passes, it's just they're going to catch a few. So I think you could do a few things, right? I would see more zone. I like cover 4. That's what we won the Super Bowl with. We played cover 4 all season long, and we had great corners, and we played man all season long too, and we had great corners. So I think, VJ should lean more towards cover 4.
We're chatting with Super Bowl 50 champ Brandon Marshall. B. Marsh, we're about midway point of the traditional 16-game season. So after 8 games and the Broncos are 6-2, are you feeling like this is like a Super Bowl contending type of operation, or is it simply too early to know that and you need more time to evaluate?
Well, when I look at, the Super Bowl teams, right, you look at the battle-tested teams, I do think the Broncos have something, that a lot of teams don't have, and that's a signature, comeback win when all the chips were stacked against them, right? The resiliency that team showed in that game against the New York Giants is nothing short of phenomenal. They have a Super Bowl winning defense. Bo Nix is proving to be, the franchise quarterback. I still believe they're a weapon or 2 away from really dominating. I wish Evan Ingram could, what I've seen from him in Jacksonville, I wish I would, wish we could see, from him in Denver. But I'm sure they'll really get him going at some point. I think they can contend. I think they can contend. I still think they're a piece or 2 away on offense, but I definitely think that they can contend.
B. Marsh, why do you feel like the Denver Broncos kind of seem like they don't trust Jahdae Barron? First-round draft pick. He can play nickel. He can play a cornerback, but yet you're kind of keeping him at nickel. PS2's out, and he's not on that football field. He's probably not going to start. It's going to be Chris Apum's drain. Is there a trust issue there with Jahdae Barron?
Potentially, One thing that we don't know is we don't know how he practices. We don't know how he looks day in and day out. We don't know if he knows his assignments fully. He may not know his assignments fully, and that holds players back from playing. Really, when it comes to playing, it's all about trust, right? First of all, he's a first-round pick. Let's just be honest, right? They gave him a lot of money to play and to be a key contributor on that defense. But if they can't trust him with the playbook, then there's no way he'll be on the field. So there's things that's happening inside that we don't know, right? And I think one is probably a trust factor. Obviously, he's good enough talent-wise to be a first-round pick, but at the end of the day, first-round picks bust about 50% of the time. I'm not trying to say he is a bust, but I don't think the coaching staff trusts him, and that's potentially the reason why he's not playing.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of conversation about it, but at the end of the day, I mean, actions over words, right? He's got one of the lower snap counts for any first rounder in this past year's draft. We'll see what it looks like here on Sunday. I guess we'll leave you with this, B. Marsh. What do you think are the keys to success defensively for the Broncos to go into Houston, get a win, slow down C.J. Stroud, and if you have any thoughts about the Houston defense as well, we'd love to hear them.
Yeah, I mean, this offense isn't that great. The Houston offense isn't great. It's, the reason that they've won 3 out of their last 4 games is the defense. They're the number 1 defense in the NFL, number 1 in points per game. They're only giving up 14 points a game. So their defense is keeping them in ball games. I think for our defense, it's one of the same. It's always stop the run. Make C.J. Stroud beat you. I think Nico Collins is coming back, so that will be something to watch out for, especially if Riley Moss is somebody who shadows him, because, Riley Moss has had trouble with bigger, more athletic receivers, as you see of him, every time he plays against T. Higgins. So that's going to be something to look for. And, obviously we put pressure on C.J. Stroud. I'm not really worried about their offense. I'm worried about, their defense and how they play against us, and that will make it a tight game.
B. Marsh, we appreciate your time as always. Enjoy the game on Sunday, and we'll talk to you next Friday.
Thank you.
All right, that was Super Bowl 50 champ Brandon Marshall, presented by Corwin Toyota Boulder, family-driven for over 100 years. All right, before we shift gears back to the Broncos here, because I know we're going to, at the top of the hour, do a full preview here. The Denver Nuggets in action tonight against the Portland Trail Blazers. You and I think we're both all in on this basketball team. They have been really, really fun to watch. Offensively, they have been, holy smokes, you talk about firepower. It's coming from every direction. What are you looking for on a night like tonight in Portland?
Yeah, what I'm looking for is for Cam Johnson to get going. If he's playing, which he should play, and I know he's having some issues with his shoulder, some inflammation in his shoulder, but I'm ready to see him really get going from that three-point line, to be a little bit more aggressive when Jokic gets the ball to him, because the ball is going to him. Now it's like, okay, you can't be surprised. If you're Cam Johnson, stop being surprised. Know it's going to be there. Anytime that you're open, Jokic is watching. He's looking. He has eyes in the back of his head. He's looking for that best opportunity to score. So when you do get it, because you are getting it, make it count. And so I think today or tonight we're going to see a different Cam Johnson. As long as he's out there and he's feeling good, he's not all banged up in his shoulder, we're looking at a Cam Johnson that's going to be a lot more confident. He's been playing with these guys a little bit longer now, and he knows that he has to pull his weight and starts to step up.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. Kind of a clunky start for Cam Johnson, Denver Nugget run here. He's not really shooting a lot. And when he's shooting it, he's not making it a lot. He's taking about 6-7 shots a game. Compare that to someone like Jamal Murray's taking 20 shots a night. Aaron Gordon's taking 12 shots a night. Jokic 14. Christian Brown 10. Tim Hardaway Jr. right now is actually shooting more than Cam Johnson. So let's keep our eye on that. And I don't know from a confidence standpoint where he's at, because he's 31% from three. He's more of a 40% three-point shooter. It's small. It's a small sample size.
Yeah.
I'm really not that worried about it, because we have a career to fall back on and draw from. So he's a better shooter than this, but he's got to get comfortable, and he's going to be a large part of what they do this year. But a really quiet start in general for Cam Johnson, considering the expectations, I think, from this fan base.
Yeah, and Jokic knows that. He understands his team. He's like, hey, let me get him going. One, we need him if we're going to win a championship. Two, there's a reason why you brought him here to stretch the court. So Jokic understands that. He knows that David Adelman is a very smart coach. He understands that. And I can see Cam Johnson being aggressive this game and getting some shots up, and he needs to do that to get into some type of rhythm.
All right. What else here? Christian Brown. I'd like to see Christian Brown just dial it in just a little bit more defensively.
Yeah.
And you could say that for the team in general. Much better job the other night against New Orleans, but New Orleans also stinks.
They're not good.
No, they're not. And Portland is, I think, a better team, than any of the last three that the Nuggets have played. Last year they played 4 times. They split it 2-2. And considering that the Timberwolves were without Anthony Edwards, I think that's a true statement. In 3 victories this year, Portland has scored more than 122 points in each of the wins. Drew Holiday has been really good for them. This game is in Portland. Got to have the proverbial chin strap on for this one, because the Blazers, I think, are a little bit better than probably most people would think. They've dealt with some drama there with the Chauncey stuff. But keep your eye out. They have a Israeli player who's a top 10 pick from a few years ago, Denny Avdia, who's getting 23 points a night. Former Denver Nugget Jeremy Grant is getting about 22 points a night. Drew Holiday is 20 points a night. Shaedon Sharpe is getting 17 a night right now. And again, sample size is small, so these numbers will change and for some of these guys decrease. But this will be a good challenge for him tonight.
Yeah, and for Christian Braun, it's like, hey, this is what got you there, right? Playing defense and, of course, being aggressive of attacking the rim. And I want to see more of the old Christian Braun and getting down and dirty. Now, you have the money. You don't have to worry about that anymore. You don't have to worry about making every single shot to prop your stats up. Now you can just play freely. Play the basketball you know how to play, organically let it come to you, but play good defense. This is why you brought in people like Cam Johnson or Tim Hardaway Jr. to do the shooting. And when it is time and you have open shots, make them. But other than that, play some solid defense and get back to what you do best.
Yep. Keep your eye also on Jonas Valanciunas, not in any sort of bad way, just how much he's actually playing. You know, when he came here, I think that it was celebrated, and it should have been, and it should be right now playing about just 12 minutes a night.
Yeah.
So let's keep our eye on how much he's actually playing on a night-to-night basis. It was really good to get the starters off their feet in the fourth quarter. We talked about that before the season started, those organic load management spots. And you're seeing it already early in the season.
Well, how much do you want Val to play in a game? Well, how much would you like?
Well,
and I know it varies.
That's a good question because each night is going to have a little different texture of its own. But I'd say 15 minutes.
Okay.
15 to 17 minutes a night,
Yeah.
I think would be a really healthy number behind Jokic. But we talked about the organic load management that could be taking place here in a way that it has not in the past, because the Nuggets don't blow out their opponents as much as you would think for a team of their caliber. But they beat Phoenix 133-111. All right, Minnesota 127-114, and New Orleans was a laugher, 122-88. So nice, especially the New Orleans one, to keep the minutes low. It's October. It's going to be November here. Keep the minutes low on the nights where you can. And another chapter in the David Adelman story gets written tonight. So I'll be watching this game tonight. I'll be flipping back and forth with the World Series.
Yeah. You got the over-under for this game? I know you like to do it, Zach.
This coming game, I don't,
Okay.
but I bet it would be big. Let me pull it up here in a second, but I bet it's a pretty big number here.
Last time I gave people bad information that said hit the over, and it did not hit.
You want to know what? It's the same exact as it was the other night for the Pelicans game. 238.5. Exactly what it was 48 hours ago.
We hitting over on this one or what?
Yeah, we're going over.
All right.
Yeah,
All right. Let's do it.
All right. This is KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. We are coming with it, and we are coming for it. It's Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, and we are The Drive. Woo! Fired up, rolling downhill on a Bud Light Football Friday. Live from Skippy's Bar and Grill off East Iliff. Hanging out with Bud Light. They're giving away a pair of tickets to Broncos Raiders on Thursday Night Football next week, along with 2 Bud Light VIP tailgate passes. You have to be 21 to enter that contest. Bud Light, official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Huge shout out to Skippy's for hosting us today. They've treated us great. Really appreciate them. Big football game on Sunday. Big football game on Sunday. And they only get bigger. You know, the better you are, the more important these games become. All right? And we've talked a lot about PS2 and the corner void and that dynamic. I want to talk about Bo Nix. I want to talk about this Broncos defense, and I want to talk about the keys to victory.
All right. You want to talk about our franchise quarterback? I love it, as you should.
Is this the best on-paper defense that Bo Nix has faced in his career?
See, I see what you did right there. On paper. Now, are we going to just – are we taking consideration of last year too, or is it just going to be
yeah, you can throw in last year.
Okay, so last year, no. If you're looking at, like, last year's schedule, I would say the Baltimore Ravens was the best defense that Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos went up against. Now you're looking towards this year in 2025, I would still say no, because they played against the Philadelphia Eagles, and that's still a stout defense. Now, this Houston Texans defense is a really good defense. They're physical. They're flying around. They're going to do some disguising when it comes to their defense. They're going to play some zone and come off with a couple of pressures to kind of rattle Bo Nix. So this is going to be a tough defense to play against. But I don't believe that this defense is better than the Philadelphia Eagles this year, at least now. Now, you can prove it to me. Prove me wrong, Houston.
So statistically, Houston's better. Number 1 in points, number 1 in yards allowed. But you would right now still take the Philly defense over
Yeah,
this defense?
yeah. It's the eye test. It's the feel of it when you're out there. And there's certain teams. All right, for example, when I played the Tennessee Titans when Vrabel was the coach, they had a physical defense. Were they number one? No, they were not number one. But I felt it, man. I felt it. Every time I touched the ball, I felt like my arm was going to fall off or my head was going to fall off because they were just so damn physical. 2018, the Houston Texans, you had the Honey Badger. You had Kareem Jackson. You had J.J. Watt. I can't believe I played with J.J. Watt. Like, that team was physical. Now, they weren't number one, but they were physical, and that's kind of how I look at this Houston Texans team and the Philadelphia Eagles as of right now. It's like Eagles are physical. So is Houston, but the Eagles are just proven, and they're a defense that's been together longer.
Well, it's going to be a tall task, regardless of where it actually slots, this defense against that defense. Bo is going to have one of his better games. It's not going to look like Dallas. It's not going to look like the fourth quarter against the Giants, but it's got to live somewhere in between. All right, and we've been looking for the consistency with Bo. Bo in general, like Bo has been really good through a season and a half. Bo has been really good, and in fact, like, you can frame some stats some ways and be like, has Bo been great? And I was reading a stat. I actually thought of you. Because Bo Nix.
Oh, look at you, Zach. By thinking of me at home.
Yep.
So weird.
I was taking a dump, and I read that Bo Nix has accounted for 52 total touchdowns.
Must have been a good one.
Only 18 turnovers. This is going back to last year. So 52 total touchdowns. This is running and passing. 52 total touchdowns with only 18 turnovers. Phil, he's one of 7 quarterbacks ever to record at least 50 touchdowns with less than 20 turnovers in his first 25 starts. That's
it's impressive.
Really good.
Let's specifically look at this year. Okay, this is where I feel like stats can kind of, like, they tell some of the truth, but is it all of the truth? When you're watching these football games for 4 quarters, does it look like Bo Nix is doing great all the time?
No, once it did.
And so, like, that's something that you also have to take into consideration when you're watching Bo Nix. It's like, I need to feel him. And I'm all in on Bo Nix being our franchise quarterback.
Yep.
But I need to feel him for 4 quarters. It doesn't have to be perfect. You're going to throw some interceptions if you're Bo Nix. You're going to take some sacks. But move the damn ball. Sustain drives. Hit on these players, his teammates, down the field when it's there, when it's open. Like, I need to feel him, not just for a quarter, not for just 2 quarters, but 4 quarters of football being played, 60 minutes of football. I need to feel Bo Nix making some plays. And then I can sit there in the stats and say, oh, it mirrors up. Yeah, we know he's really good, Zach, but I want him to be great.
Well, he's got another opportunity to display that down in Houston, and he's going up against a quarterback who, honestly, before this season started and the idea of a sophomore slump was put out there, C.J. Stroud was being used as the example of taking a step back year over year. Now, C.J. Stroud, and I'm curious to get your thoughts here, is he a top 5 quarterback? No. But damn good.
Really good.
And on the right Sunday, man, this guy looks like one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL, and last Sunday being one of them, where he completed, goodness gracious, I'll pull it up here in a second, but I was watching some of that game, and I don't remember many incompletions. He was against the Niners last week, 30 of 39, completed 77% of his passes, couple touchdowns, did throw 1 pick, but for the first time this season, he did not take a sack. That's been an issue of his, is taking sacks. He took over 50 of them a year ago. But I watched this guy against Baltimore within the last 2-3 weeks have 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, and complete 23 of 27 passes. Like, on the right day, he is one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah, and it shows every time he steps foot there. And I was actually watching some film today, just breaking some film down, pretending like I was getting ready for the game, truly. And I'm watching C.J. Stroud and how he kind of takes control of his offense, his team, how he's able to point out and communicate with his receivers, hey, there's a blitz coming or slide protection, and put his lineman in good situations so that he doesn't get sacked. Although he takes a lot of sacks, he tries not to. He tries to elude these tacklers and continue to make these plays. I love that C.J. Stroud always has his eyes downfield, like Bo Nix, trying to make that big play, and he's very smart with the football. So for C.J. Stroud, you got to get pressure on him. You got to make him feel it, rattle him a little bit. And it's hard to rattle someone like C.J. Stroud. One, he's just a mature guy. In his head, it's just different. When you listen to his press conferences, he's thinking outside the box. He's always thinking about his teammates. It's never about him. It's always about making the right play, whether it's a check down or a deep ball, just making that play for his team. And that's what you want in a quarterback, a leader. And C.J. Stroud brings that, the leadership, and he goes out there and makes these plays. He can make every pass that you want him to make, he can make. So for this Denver defense, they're going to have to get after him fast. They're going to have to get after him the whole entire game because he's a quarterback that doesn't quit, and he gets stronger as the game goes on.
Yeah, you want to know what? He's got some poise to him. He really does. Now, I wonder if you were starting a franchise,
yeah,
who would you rather have as your quarterback? C.J. Stroud or Bo Nix?
This is a tough one, man. This one right here might be the toughest one because both of them are really, really good. C.J. Stroud obviously has a year more of experience than Bo Nix and has been to two playoff appearances already. He's making the plays that you want him to make. But I'm not changing anything when it comes to Bo Nix. I'd rather have Bo Nix. And maybe it's just a feel, and maybe it's just he's a Denver Bronco and I'm all in on him. Or maybe it's just because he's a really good leader, that he can make those passes, that he can utilize his legs even a little bit better than C.J. Stroud.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know, he is smart, and he is paired with offensive-minded coach in Sean Payton. I can't take C.J. Stroud when you have a Bo Nix sitting right in front of you. Let's Bo.
Well, I'll say this. Man, I think that if you put, how about this? I bet if, ESPN put a poll out that the whole nation could vote on, and it said, hey, who would you rather have as your quarterback to start a team, I think C.J. Stroud would get more votes. But if we're talking about it here in Denver, I think Bo Nix is a better fit for here in Denver, a better fit for Sean Payton. And honestly, I have talked about this for a year. Bo Nix not taking sacks is a superpower. It's a superpower. Yeah. And I think the NFL community, just in general, in the last couple years, is starting to realize just how impactful taking sacks or not taking sacks is on a game, on any one drive. Forgive me because I've said it 10 times already this football season, but you already know what I'm going to say. I'm going to say it again, that in the current landscape of NFL football, if you take a sack on any drive, you are 3 times less likely to get in the end zone. A different way of saying that, if you don't take a sack, you're 3 times more likely to score a touchdown.
I love when you say it. It's the facts. It's so important to know.
It's not quite a turnover, but it's like the first cousin of a turnover is a sack. And the fact that Bo Nix does not take sacks, just in general, he's taken 8 this year. That is half of the amount that C.J. Stroud has taken. Last year, Stroud took over 50. And in the last 2 years, last season and the previous season, the 2 league leaders in sacks, C.J. Stroud and Russell Wilson. And Russell Wilson drove Sean Payton nuts, holding onto the ball too long and taking sacks. That's why it's a long-winded way of me saying I think if you're talking about fit and in Denver and Sean Payton's offense, Bo Nix, I would not swap out C.J. Stroud for Bo Nix in this specific situation.
And what's funny is, people in Houston, when it comes to C.J. Stroud, they all believe he's the franchise quarterback. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it now. They're like, hey, he's our guy. He's going to lead us to the promised land at some point. And it's funny how we look at this. It's like for Bo, he's doing a phenomenal job. You put up all his stats. He's getting better every single week, it seems like. Sean is a perfect fit for Sean, and yet still a lot of people out there are doubting if Bo Nix is the guy. Bo Nix needs to have a good game against the Houston Texans.
Oh, we're here. We're good.
No, he needs to have a good game against the Houston Texans, who have the top defense.
Yeah, and if he does, I think that it will be more of I don't hear a lot of Bo Nix can't play, although I do see that sometimes on social media on like a game day, just like overreactions. But it could turn into more of a consensus, whether you're saying I believe he's a franchise quarterback right now, or this guy's well on his way to being a franchise quarterback. You're going to get some of the dissenting opinions about Bo Nix to come around and say, okay, yeah, no, I mean, again, that stat that I read is pretty pretty impactful. That since the start of last year, he's accounted for 52 touchdowns with 18 turnovers. There's only been 7 quarterbacks in NFL history to record at least 50 touchdowns with less than 20 turnovers in their first 25 starts, and Bo Nix is one of them. Like, that's pretty impactful. That's not – I don't think that's like twisting stats into a pretzel. I mean, that's pretty digestible. It's easy to understand. So we'll see what it looks like here on Sunday. The running backs. The order of operations from – actually, before we do that, I want to hear from Vance Joseph because this is one of my favorite sound bites of the week. So before we move on to the quarterbacks, we're talking about C.J. Stroud. We're talking about Bo Nix. This was Vance Joseph yesterday on the keys to facing C.J. Stroud.
I think with some young quarterbacks, the misomen is, you blitz young quarterbacks and you can harass them, but sometimes you can clean it up for them. If you're just bringing 5 and it's single high and it's press or it's soft off coverage, he just takes his best matchup. I'm from the school of, when you have a young quarterback who's getting rid of the ball quickly, that's a good thing for a young quarterback. It's my job to make him hold it and to look through layers of coverage and to make him, hit his progression. With our pass rush, that's always a good thing, because we can rush 4 and get home, but to have enough looks to make him hold it is key. He is playing well, and he's played well, and he's super talented. Even with the pressure last week that San Fran was bringing, I mean, he was looking at a gun barrel. And he made 4 or 5 throws that were big-time throws. The receiving core is underrated in my opinion. I mean, they got 4 or 5 guys who can all play, and that's sometimes dangerous. Nico didn't play last week, and it was a highest output in the pass game. So that spoke to those young guys from Iowa State, all 3 of them, playing good football, and the tight end, and Marks at halfback. So they've got good weapons around this quarterback, and it showed last week without Nico.
A lot of ground there, Vance Joseph just did. And Nico Collins is coming back, and Christian Kirk is coming back, just as PS2's going down. So we don't like that dynamic as much. But what he was saying about C.J. Stroud, I really liked it. He's like, I think the conventional thought is that when you play one of these young quarterbacks, you blitz them.
Yeah.
It's like, not necessarily. I don't think we're going to do that. We can get home with 4 and have him comb through layers of coverage. Man, for a guy that likes to hold on to the ball, I think this could organically play into the Broncos' defense favor.
Yeah, and then when you're listening to that, VJ, Coach Vance Joseph, the defensive coordinator for the Denver Broncos, he's letting you know what they're going to do in this game. He's letting you know that there's not going to be a lot of blitzing, that they're not going to rush 5, that they're going to want their 4 pass rushers, Nick Benito, Jonathan Cooper, John Myers, and Zach Allen, to get to C.J. Stroud, but they should because they're getting paid a lot of money to do that, and they're going to play zone and make it harder for C.J. Stroud to read this defense, to help Riley Moss and Chris Abrams drain out by having 2 safeties over the top. So VJ's telling you the game plan going into this is we're going to drop as many people as possible and force C.J. Stroud to pick us apart.
Well, we'll see what it looks like on Sunday. Tall task. Broncos are officially underdogs in this game. They opened as a 1.5-point favorite. Enough money has come in on Houston to swing that number all the way through 0 to the point where Houston is now laying a point and a half at home. In terms of the running backs, what does this look like with R.J. Harvey, J.K. Dobbins a week after R.J. Harvey scores 3 touchdowns and gets Offensive Rookie of the Week?
So we know R.J. is going to get more opportunities than last week because I always say you earn your reps. Well, R.J. Harvey has earned his reps to get at least 4 or 5 more carries. I don't know if they're going to be carries or they're going to be out of the backfield catching the ball, but he's going to be implementing this offense a little bit more. But this is a J.K. Dobbins show. J.K. is number 3 right now in rushing. You need to get him going more. He had 14 carries last week. If you give him 20, he goes over 130, 140 yards rushing because he's a build-up type of running back that the longer the game goes on, the stronger he will get. So if you want to beat Houston on the road, you need to come up with some type of run game. You need to sustain the run game by using J.K. Dobbins, getting downhill. The one step, one cut, get vertical, break a tackle, stay ahead of the chains. That's J.K. Dobbins for you. He's ready to go. He's in a rhythm. The offensive line seems to be in a rhythm. Obey your eyes if you're Sean Payton. Don't get too cute. You can still implement R.J. Harvey. He can still be a part of the game plan. But focus on J.K. Dobbins. He's our guy. Get him going. Then give him a touchdown. You get to the red zone. You get to the goal line, and it's first down. give him at least 2 cracks to score him a touchdown. Reward him for what he has been doing for us.
All right, we'll see what that looks like on Sunday. What wide receiver should we see step up the most in Marvin Mims' absence? I'm looking more for, Phil, Pat Bryant.
Yeah.
You know, I really like what I've seen from him as a rookie wide receiver. Tough position to come in and play
that's your guy.
As a first-year player. I do love me some Pat Bryant. But I'll say that, you know, he's earned his opportunities in the past. Okay? He in the past game.
Yeah.
You see him get an opportunity last week to catch a touchdown. He comes down with it.
Yep.
You're down a wide receiver. I would like to see Pat Bryant involved just a little bit more here. And I'll go so far to say we've seen the J.K. Dobbins game. Saw him go over 100 twice now.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen the R.J. Harvey game. We just saw that. We've seen the Troy Franklin game. We just saw that as well. 2 touchdowns for the first time in his career, 89 yards. What
8 targets.
What a game from him. And I want to know who you would bet on to have a breakout game that maybe hasn't had one yet. But for me, I'll go with Pat Bryant making his biggest impact on a game that competitively hangs in the balance, unlike a week ago against Dallas.
I like Pat Bryant. Pat Bryant's doing a great job. When they're asking him to block, he's blocking his butt off. When they're giving him the opportunity, he's taking advantage of it. That's what you want for a rookie. It's like, how do you earn more reps? Take advantage of the reps given to you. Make a play out of it. Score a touchdown. And that's what Pat Bryant has done. Now, for me, you know I'm going with Troy Franklin. He has to step up again. He has to be the number 2 receiver on this team because of his speed, the separation, because he is able to catch a ball and break a tackle. So he's going to have to take pressure off of Bo Nix and Cortland Sutton by doing his part. And it's not just about the deep ball. It's the middle of the field. We got to utilize Troy Franklin down the middle of the field and coming across the field as well. So I'm going to go with Troy Franklin as a guy that needs to step up, knowing that Marvin Mims is not going to be there. Troy Franklin's going to get a lot more targets. And Sean, for some reason, really likes Troy Franklin anyway.
He does.
He's going to continue to feed Troy Franklin because he sees a vision, and the vision is Troy Franklin being that number 2 receiver.
Well, who else have we not seen have a breakout game that came in with high expectations on offense?
Evan Ingram?
When is the Evan Ingram game going to happen? When is the Evan Ingram? It's got to be coming soon. Knock on wood. I mean, you hope. He's been implemented a little bit more, like maybe additional scoop after additional scoop, but not really that heaping game yet. It would be nice to see him really get it going on Sunday.
You know, it's like I've been watching film too because I'm trying to figure out what's going on with Evan Ingram. Is it Sean? Because everybody wants to blame Sean. Like, Sean, you're not getting him involved. I know I've said that multiple times. Or is it just Evan Ingram not getting open? And when I'm looking at this, it's a mixture of both. But a lot of it is coming down to Evan Ingram not getting open. There's a lot of play action being ran now. When you're able to run the ball like the Denver Broncos are right now, you're going to build off of it with the play action game. Well, if you're doing play action, usually you want to hit your tight end because he's the closest man to you, and he can break a tackle because he's a bigger body once he catches that 5-10-yard route. Well, with Evan Ingram, you're doing these play actions, and yet he's nowhere to be found. So for Evan, if you want the ball, get open. When you get this ball, break a tackle. So I'm going to put this on Evan. If we want to see more of Evan, Evan has to be available. And what I mean by that is get open, get the separation.
All right, this defense is going to challenge the Broncos a lot here. Statistically, on paper, the best defense that the Denver Broncos have played to date. Here was Sean Payton a little bit earlier in the week on the challenges of DeMeco Ryans' defense.
I think he's done a great job. They're extremely fast. Man, the edges, when you look at Daniil Hunter, both of these edge players with wide techniques are problems. The secondary is extremely talented. You know, we went through a week of watching film of one team, and then they don't, when I say this respectfully, it's not there's a multitude of things, but the things they do exceptionally well. This nickel's a great player. The corners, I mean, it's an entirely different look, you know, than what we were looking at a week ago. So just finished talking about how games unfold, and each one can take on a new way. And so we got to keep looking at the things that we can do to attack it. But they're very well coached, They're very, very talented. They've done a great job of building that defense through the draft, free agency, and D'Amico's put you can see his touches all over it.
These coaches will answer these questions in different ways week by week. They're never going to say, our next opponent stinks, we're going to run roughshod on them. They're always serious, but the spectrum of the seriousness and the respect that they have when talking about these teams is week to week. Go listen to last week's press conferences about Dallas, and then go listen to Vance Joseph and Sean Payton talk about this Houston team.
Oh, they're serious.
Night and day.
They're serious. This is all about business now, because they now know how good Houston can be. And that they're aggressive. And, Zach, you said it earlier when the show first started, that Sean Payton has not beat D'Amico Ryans yet. He's 0-1 against the Houston Texans with D'Amico being the head coach. So he knows that he has to find a way to beat D'Amico back on the road like it was last time. So this is going to be a serious game. You want the Broncos to be 7-2. We want the Broncos to be 7-2. Then they have to handle business, and Sean knows that.
All right, man. We are in store for a doozy on Sunday afternoon. All right, by midnight on Halloween, will Nikola Jokic own his own spot in NBA history? We'll talk about it coming up next.
Listen up, Denver. Brandon Stokely needs your help.
We need a contest or some kind of bet to where we can
shave Cecil's head.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. It's time for it to go. It's time.
Better keep an eye on the scissors, boys. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
At Bank of America, we asked our people, how do you take ownership of your career?
I'm able to grow my way by putting the priorities that I have for my career first.
I thrive on being a leader who's behind the team, not in front of the team.
Every few years, I'm being re-energized because I get to do something different and learn something new.
See how our teammates are growing in their careers at bankofamerica.com/great place to work. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
Fall means football, and at Postman Law, we know winning matters. Our attorneys have won more than $3 billion for our clients, delivering the results they need when life gets tough. Car crash, workplace injury, serious accident. We know the insurance company's playbook, and we're here to help rewrite it for you with speed, ease, and results. Call 844-POSTMAN or visit postmanlaw.com. Others promise. Postman delivers. This is attorney advertising.
Brandon Stokely here from my friends at Roller Auction. Do you have items you're looking to sell? Since 1976, Roller Auction has been conducting commercial and industrial auctions for Colorado government agencies, Fortune 500 companies, small business owners, secured creditors, individuals, and more. They have a large marketplace to showcase your assets, so don't wait. Visit rollerauction.com for a free consultation and turn those items into some cold, hard cash. Again, go visit them at rollerauction.com. That's rollerauction.com.
It's the Medicare Advantage annual enrollment period, and Humana knows not everyone has the same needs when picking a Medicare Advantage plan.
Now that I'm retired, I want to enjoy the life I've worked hard to build. So I want a plan that covers me when I'm traveling the country.
Humana has a plan for that.
As a veteran, I want a plan that fills in the gaps my VA coverage doesn't provide, like dental care.
Humana has a plan for that.
I feel good about my health. I just want care and coverage with predictable costs. No surprises.
Humana has a plan for that. With a Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you get coverage and benefits that focus on what matters most to you. Learn more at gethumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO and PPO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
I'm Corey Rose, anchor at 9 News and proud mama who enjoys taking my kids mountain biking at Winter Park.
I love preparing you for the day ahead with the latest headlines. Whether it's tackling safety in our kids' schools or covering breaking news, from Aurora to Lakewood and everywhere in between, we've got you covered. Because when news moves fast, you need a team that moves with you. Make the move to 9 News Mornings. Weekday mornings live starting at 4:30 anywhere you watch.
Cake Mortgage Corp. Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 1734623. Licensed in Colorado by the Division of Real Estate. Terms and conditions apply. What if you could use the equity in your home to get cash fast? With no appraisal, zero hassle, and less waiting with Cake? You can. The Cake Fast Cash program is like turning your home into your ATM. People are using it to pay off high-interest debt, do renovations, tackle student loans, or cut monthly bills by hundreds, even thousands of dollars. The best part? Your current mortgage rate won't change. With Cake, you also get peace of mind. We're AAA rated by the Better Business Bureau and backed by thousands of 5-star reviews. Cake Mortgage. Your fresh-baked Cake Fast Cash loan is ready to enjoy. So don't wait. Call 720-850-0012. That's 720-850-0012. Or visit cakehome.com for thousands of 5-star reviews.
How good does it feel to let go of 82 pounds in just 16 weeks? And I feel free. Soda Weight Loss is the #1 weight loss company in America for client satisfaction and results.
In 16 weeks, I lost 82 pounds because I had learned how to eat smarter. And that's what soda does. They don't just help you lose weight fast, they help you keep it off with habits that last a lifetime.
No hunger, no shots, no guesswork.
You probably saved my life. I mean, I was 30 pounds overweight. I went on soda, and now I'm healthy, and I just got off my blood pressure medicine and my cholesterol medicine, and that is amazing to me.
With Soda Weight Loss, you get real support to help you let go of the weight for good. And now it's easier than ever. Join Soda Weight Loss now, and your partner joins for free. Visit sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
You could save thousands of dollars on the products your business uses the most with the Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred Pricing. Registering is free and easy. Just have your tax ID or business or contractor's license ready. But don't wait. The current preferred pricing benefit will end on November 15th. Visit your local Pro Desk to register now and unlock the deepest savings on the products you choose.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, TU hockey skates with Alaska Anchorage in Game 1 with pregame starting at 6:30. Saturday morning on 104.3 HD2, Air Force football faces Army with pregame starting at 9:30. Then on 104.3 HD3, TU hockey skates with Alaska Anchorage in Game 2 with pregame starting at 5:30.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at wistaracu.com.
It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Here's the Tribe with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
And we are rolling downhill, bottom half of hour number 4 on a Bud Light Football Friday, live from Skippy's Bar and Grill, hanging out with you, getting you home to the weekend here, Phil. And we've been talking throughout the day, a lot of Broncos, but I want to get to the Nuggets here because we're both super, super excited about what we're seeing from this basketball team. Really, we were excited about what we were hoping to see from the basketball team before the season ever started. And then now it's becoming validating, seeing this offensive firepower on display, seeing the way that Murray looks, and now by midnight tonight, Nikola Jokic could own his own spot in NBA history. The NBA record for most triple-doubles to start a season is 4. Jokic has 4.
Uh-oh.
Can he get to 5 tonight?
You know, you said right there, could. We know Jokic is going to get to 5 tonight. He's a triple-double king. He knows what he's doing. It's not about Jokic in this situation. It's about the people around Jokic. They have to help him out.
Sure.
When they have open shots, you got to make them damn open shots. If Jamal Murray ends up playing, he has to come up big, start fast, he can finish strong. Jokic is going to have his triple-double. You're going to be up against the Trailblazers. So, yes, I'm safe to say Jokic is going for his 5th triple-double tonight.
Yeah, I think so too. And typically the points and the rebounds come so – I'm not going to say effortless because he actually didn't like that word the other night in the press conference. He's like, no, I wouldn't say effortless. Like, well, why is it effortless for me? I'm running around. I'm jumping. I'm doing my thing.
He's like, don't disrespect me now. I'm working hard.
But at the same time, it does kind of come effortless to him. He is such a skilled player, and his size is just so incredible. I mean, we've never seen anything like him. But the assist with triple-doubles for someone like Jokic is typically the thing that – is holding these triple-doubles back. Not all the time, but most of the time, it's the assist.
Yeah.
He's got so much talent around him now, Phil, and so many shot makers from Cam Johnson, who we need to see hit more shots. Obviously, a slow start in that department, but traditionally and historically, judging him by his career, Cam Johnson is a shot maker. And hopefully his shoulder's okay for tonight. Jamal Murray's a shot maker, but now you have Tim Hardaway in the mix as a shot maker. So I think that this year we're going to see Nikola Jokic have the most triple-doubles he's ever had in a single season.
Well, because you forgot a guy. Aaron Gordon. Now,
sure.
Of course, for Aaron Gordon, like his specialty is not shooting threes, but all of a sudden he just turned it on. He's a guy you can rely on to get Jokic to his triple-doubles for those assists. Here you got CB, Christian Brown, another guy that any given night can get on fire or catch fire. So, yes, there's so much firepower when it comes to the Denver Nuggets. They just have to stay healthy now, Zach.
Yeah,
you have little wonky things happening, like for Jamal, like a calf that's tight. You got Cam Johnson that has something wrong with his shoulder when it comes to inflammation. Certain things like that can hinder a team from really just exploding. So as long as we can stay healthy this year, it's going to be a fantastic, fun year to be a part of.
There's no doubt about it. And if Christian Brown can turn the corner that we saw Aaron Gordon turn last year. Now, Aaron Gordon's was like quite literally historical, where it was the largest jump from a field goal percentage or a three-point field goal percentage and a free throw percentage year over year that deep into someone's career that we've ever seen. Christian is still younger, though. He can still, like, and I know it can be a little bit different to understand, but, like, you can't improve your athleticism when you're in the NBA.
Yeah, you are who you are.
You are who you are. But shooting, when these guys dedicate their life to the game, in the way that we've seen Aaron Gordon do, we've seen Jokic do, you really can vastly improve your shooting. And I think that Christian Brown, over the next couple years, not necessarily for tonight or even this year in general, but I'll trust his work ethic. I'll trust the Nuggets coaching staff. I'll trust that he'll eventually get to a place where, man, we're all like in agreement. Yeah, this guy's a knockdown 3-point shooter.
No, but when it comes to Christian Brown, you said, hey, he's kind of like that dual threat, kind of do everything type of guy. You're talking about he can score, he can get to the rim, but also defensively. That's where people used to talk about CB as his defense. Now that you have people like Cam Johnson, who I believe, and I think you believe too, is getting ready to turn it on.
Yep.
All right, Aaron Gordon is now a guy that's efficient when it comes to shooting the three. When you have guys like that firing on all cylinders, for Christian Brown, don't you want him to kind of just focus more on maybe just defense when you have other guys that can carry that load?
You know, it's a really good question because Christian has not really been impressive to start the season defensively. And that was the hallmark that got him on the court initially. And you can't forget what your own base of the pyramid is. Like your number one thing that originally got you on the court.
Don't forget what got you there now.
And now you can maybe be forgetful when you sign an extension like he signed.
Yeah.
And also he wants to expand his game and become a better professional basketball player. I would just say don't do that at the risk of taking away one of your core principles as a basketball player. Because Christian, he is a plus defender. He really is.
So don't lose your identity.
Yes.
It's kind of what you're getting at for CB. Is like, you have your money. You have it now. You don't have to press to be a guy that you're not. Don't lose who you really are inside and then continue to grow your game organically.
Right. So I would say stay within the lines. Don't try to color outside the lines too much. And Christian's going to be just fine. And eventually we will see that upper echelon defensive play from him. Now the Blazers are significantly improved here. They are. And I know they've dealt with some drama there with Chauncey and everything like that. But they're coming off back-to-back wins. And this is a team that the Nuggets actually split last year with. Played 4 times, had a 2-2 record. But Portland, like Denver, is playing at a high level offensively. In their 3 wins that they have, and I believe they're 3-2, in their 3 wins that they have, they've scored at least 122 points.
Yeah.
So they are pushing the pace. They're getting up and down. Drew Holiday has been really good for them, a pro's pro, like your veteran's favorite veteran type of player. So this is a team that you have to take seriously.
You definitely have to take seriously, Zach. And when it comes to scoring points, that's not going to be a problem for the Nuggets. The question for me when it comes to the Nuggets still is, can you guys play defense?
Sure.
Especially when it matters the most, especially in crunch time situations, crunch time moments. Can you guys play sticky D? And that's something that we haven't got to see yet. I know it's early. We're going into the 4th game of the year, 5th game of the year.
Yeah.
But when you're going up against someone like the Trailblazers who can get streaky and they can get hot, can you play sticky enough defense to kind of sustain that or stop that from happening so that you can win this game easily and move on?
Yeah. All right. What are you looking for tonight from a Nuggets perspective?
Of course, I want Jokic to get that triple-double.
Sure.
Selfishly, it's like, hey, let's keep it going.
Yeah, NBA record.
I want to see Cam Johnson kind of just tear it up tonight. I want to see Cam Johnson out there when there's shots to be made, making the shots, defensively being a little bit more aggressive, get him going. And I think Jokic is going to get him going because he understands that Cam Johnson is important to this team.
Definitely.
He's going to be able to space defenses out, teams out when he's able to get hot from the three-point line. So I want to see what Cam Johnson can do, knowing that now you're not new. You've been here a little bit longer now. You went through a whole camp. You've been through some games. I know that you're dealing with some kind of soreness with your arm, but if you're out there, we're going to critique you. So let's get something going.
Yeah, Cam Johnson so far this season shooting just 31% from 3, 5 of 16 from 3 thus far. Cam Johnson is a 39 to 40% three-point shooter, so really slow start. But I think it's only a matter of time. Water will find its level with Cam Johnson. We have too much of a sample size to think that he's not going to be the shooter he has, especially when in this situation he will be getting the best looks of his career, or amongst the best looks of his career, going back to his Phoenix days. So when they were really good. So we'll continue to watch that. There's no doubt about it. And good luck to the Joker. Try to get that NBA record. All right, we've been bumping our gums all afternoon, talking Broncos, talking Nuggets, even talking CU. It's time to make our weekend predictions. Going into a busy weekend, albeit, and we'll do exactly that coming up next.
The Fan Flyaway is back, presented by 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. To kick off 2026, Denver Sports 1043 The Fan is sending you to Phoenix for the biggest party in golf. Airfare, hotel tickets, and $500 in spending money all included. Head to thefanflyaway.com to register. That's thefanflyaway.com. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Another summer is ended, and you may have noticed that your energy is lower, your workouts aren't as productive, perhaps you aren't sleeping as well and feel foggy all the time, maybe even your sex drive is off. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're experiencing some or all of these symptoms, it's likely you have low testosterone. And if that's what's going on with you, don't wait. You need to call us at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic and get treated for your low T, because living with low testosterone is no way to live. With our low T treatments, if you're like most guys, your life will change considerably. Improved sleep, better energy, greater gains in the gym, better mental clarity, and your sex drive will likely improve as well. Plus, most men see these results in just a few weeks. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes PSA and T-test and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Thinking about buying a home in Colorado? You're not the only one, and now might be your best shot. We're officially in a buyer's market, which means you've got the upper hand. More homes are on the market, competition is down, and serious deals are out there just waiting to be found. Whether you're a first-time buyer or looking to upgrade or downsize, now's the time to get pre-approved. And American Financing can make that happen in 24 hours or less. And here's the kicker. When you work with both American Financing and their partner American Home Agents, you can receive a credit on closing costs of up to 1% or a max of $10,000 on your home loan. If you've been sitting on the sidelines, it's time to step in, and American Financing is the place to start. Don't let the 20% down myth stop you. You could buy a home with as little as 3% down, and with down payment assistance programs available, getting into a home might be easier than you think. Pick up the phone, call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
Dan Jacobs with Jacobs Law and 303 Law 4040. Did you know that I actually have some psychic abilities? Yep, had a new client come in the other day to get signed up, and she said, Dan, they've already made me an offer. And I said, well, let me guess. It was $1,500. And her eyes got real big, and she said, Dan, how'd you know that? And I said, let me take another guess. When you said you weren't sure, they said, okay, we'll offer you the maximum amount allowed of like $3,500. The client couldn't believe what she was hearing. But let me let you know in a little secret. I'm not a psychic. I just know all of the insurance companies' dirty little tricks. They use these tricks to put pressure on you so they can get off the hook cheap. At 303 Law 4040, we're here to make sure that they play fair. We're going to make sure you get feeling better and the insurance companies pay what's right. Call us at any time. You can speak directly with me or my lovely wife, Kimberly. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. It's 303 Law 4040. That's 303 Law 4040.
Catch a ride with EV and Auto. Catch a ride.
Otto, did you hear that?
It's quiet. Too quiet.
That's because it's the all-new Kia Sorento Hybrid. Runs so smooth, it's practically supernatural.
Phew. So not a ghost car?
Nope. Just 655 miles of spooky good range and fuel economy that'll make your wallet scream. What a treat. Don't ghost us. Test drive the 2025 Kia Sorento Hybrid during the Kia Fall Savings Event at Foundation Kia, where the deals are so good.
It's scary.
Visit FoundationKia.com and catch a ride.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, 2-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health. That's why I've made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer. I have a true treadmill at home. It's the smoothest and quietest I've ever been on.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, welcome back to it. Final segment on a Bud Light Football Friday, live from Skippy's Bar and Grill. Appreciate them having us, man. Huge shout out to them. Treated us great throughout the afternoon. Definitely appreciate that hospitality. Phil, we have been bumping our gums throughout the afternoon, man. It's time to put our foot on the gas here with some predictions.
Let's go.
All right, and let's just start with the Colorado Buffaloes. Man, oh man, oh man. We talked about it earlier today. Ray Lewis speaking to the team,
Yes.
saying when he sees them take the field, he doesn't see a brotherhood. He doesn't see, I don't know what else he said, like a connected group.
Pretty much it's like, like you have to be one with each other, and there's a bunch of different and
Just
I'm individuals, different spirits out there,
Yes,
not having the same focus, which was honestly, it's deep. It's deep, and this is why someone like Ray Lewis is so great, man. It's the way he thinks, the mentality that he has, and very scary. And I just remember my first year in the league, not having to play against Ray Lewis, but a couple of other guys that were still with him, like Terrell Suggs.
Mm-hmm.
Very scary. And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, look how Suggs look. Now imagine Ed Reed and Ray Lewis with him.
Yeah.
I'm thankful I didn't have to play against them.
Pretty scary thought. I mean, Terrell Suggs and Ray Lewis, like
Mr. Gums,
dude. A lot of gums. T Sizzle, just like muscles on, like almost like James Harrison back in the day from Pittsburgh. Just muscles that live on top of other muscles.
He almost took my soul, man. On one play, he almost cracked my ribs and took my heart away.
Yeah,
so I stopped messing with him early.
Oh my gosh, what a scary individual. But it was really interesting to see Ray Lewis say something like that, and look, I don't need Ray. It's interesting to hear, and it is deep, but I don't need Ray Lewis to tell me that what we saw on Saturday night. I mean, that's
a massacre.
It was a massacre, a bloodbath. I mean, goodness gracious. So how bad does it get here? Can they salvage? Because at this point, like, they're not going to go to a bowl game, right? But at this point, can you keep this season from getting embarrassing?
Well, for a lot of these players that are seniors, or maybe a player that's going to jump into a transfer portal, you want film. So you need to go out there and play your heart out. You have to go out there and put your best film out there. And if you're a senior, you may not ever play again. There has been players that have had really good college careers and yet did not hear their name called on NFL draft day and then did not get the call after the draft to be on a team or to have a tryout.
Right.
So a lot of these players have to understand this may be it for you. So you go out there and you put your best foot forward. You try to make some plays and live out a dream that you have been dreaming for so many years as a little kid. You finally have this opportunity. Don't take that for granted. Go out there and try to win a game.
Well, can they do it? Let's make a prediction here. CU, Arizona, all right? It's a home game for the Buffs. It's not too late of a game for the Buffs for whatever reason. Dion and the team just do not perform well in that environment. Man, we talked about this game before the schedule, or as the schedule came out, rather, before they started playing games. Like, this was a game that we said, man, you got to win that game at home. Can they do it?
Can they do it? Yes, they can. I think there's going to be a major bounce back for the Buffs. It's like correcting what was wrong and understanding that wasn't them out there. Now, it's going to be a tough game, no doubt about it, but you're at home in Folsom Field. You have to be able to bring that magic out. All right, get the fans involved. Try to find some kind of rhythm, some kind of momentum going your way, and I think they can do it. I think Robert Livingston, the defensive coordinator, is going to come up with a great game plan. And for someone like Pat Shurmur, this is it, man. If you cannot find a way to be creative, if you cannot find a way to be explosive enough to put some points on the board, you may not have a job here coming up. And it's just the hard truth when you're talking about college football and coaches or NFL football and coaches.
It's true.
So for Pat Shurmur, he's feeling the pressure. Robert Livingston's probably feeling the pressure. And Dion's definitely feeling the pressure. They definitely go out there and get a win on their home soil.
Well, as you know, my prediction here is pretty important. Because I have picked every Buff game correctly here this season.
So the future of the Buffs
it's in my palm.
Are you in your palm?
It's in the palm of my hands here.
What's the future then, huh? What's it looking like?
CU is a home underdog, about 4 points. Okay. A win puts the Buffs at 4-5. A loss sends them to 3-6. Man, that would be an ugly record. Arizona, the Wildcats, they're 1-6 on the road, Phil, under head coach Brent Brennan. All right. CU actually has a winning record at home under Deion Sanders. I think they avoid embarrassment.
Let's go.
And find a way to rally together and beat Arizona on Saturday early evening at Folsom Field. And it just halts this thing from going off a cliff. Because if they can't win this game, the season, it's probably in most people's eyes officially, off the rails, but it'll just go off a cliff. And I don't know. I shudder to fear where the interest in the program will go if they lose this game and go to 3-6. I have the Buffs winning. I'll give you a score here. Let's
specific
go.
score.
Let's
Okay.
go 26-24 in a really good football game that the Bucs find a way to win.
See, I got 28-17.
Okay.
Bucs find a way to win.
All right, we agree. Okay, does Jokic get a fifth consecutive triple-double and set the NBA record, and do the Nuggets win their fourth in a row?
Not only is Jokic going to get his fifth straight triple-double, he's going to have a 30-point triple-double.
Love it.
He's going to go crazy tonight. Cam Johnson's going to do his part. We're going to have fun watching him. Jamal Murray, if he's out there at the time, I know he's dealing with some soreness, so no telling how long he's going to play for. It's probably smart to shut him down if you get up pretty big. But Jamal Murray's going to continue his hot streak. And Nuggets handle business. They have another blowout like they have been. They've been finishing teams that they know they can beat. They're going to do it again.
All right, I love it. I have the Nuggets also winning, and I have Jokic registering that triple-double in 3 quarters again. All right, which would, I believe, be the 70th time in his career. Think about this. I mentioned this in a video for social media earlier this week. Rajon Rondo is top 20 all-time in triple-doubles.
Yeah.
You could take Rajon Rondo's triple-doubles, multiply it by 2, and Jokic has more triple-doubles in 3 quarters.
The man is not human.
Not even like his triple-double total.
That's crazy.
He's got more triple-doubles in 3 quarters in his career than Rajon Rondo has if you doubled his triple-doubles, and he's top 20 in triple-doubles.
It's effortless.
I'm hoping
Don't tell him that.
That makes sense because that's a lot of triples and doubles. All right, Broncos-Texans. We've been talking about it all day. Give me a prediction for a player, and give me the team that's going to win this game.
This is going to be a big game for the defense. This is all about the defense now, the pass rush, what VJ does when it comes to disguising the scheme. And I have a prediction for our boy, Riley Moss.
Love it.
There's a lot of hate out there with Riley right now. You know, some hate, some love.
Yeah.
So Riley can put that to bed for these next 3 games because PS2 is going to be out for at least 3 games. Riley can go out there and do his part, play with fundamentally sound technique, play with his eyes, his footwork needs to be there, make a couple plays. And I have Riley Moss lock it up. Nico Collins, who was my former teammate, really good receiver. And if you let him get going, he can get hot. He's already beat the Broncos one time where he has had over 190 yards receiving. We don't want that to happen again. Riley Moss, a.k.a. what Zach likes to call him, Riley Boss, and maybe even Riley Sauce, is going to find a way to get an interception off of Nico Collins. And Denver wins. Denver's going to win this game, Zach. Denver's winning 24-17.
Wow, I love it.
Let's go.
I will go. A touchdown gets thrown to Pat Bryant for the 2nd consecutive week as his emergence continues. And I don't know if you know this. Actually, no, I'm incorrect on this. I was going to say I picked every Bronco game right. It's 7 of 8 because I did not have them.
Calm down now, Zach.
I had them beating the Colts, but they lost that game. All right, I got the Broncos going in there, putting up a great fight, but ultimately losing. I think we're going to walk away from this game on Sunday with an incredible appreciation for Pat Surtain. The Broncos play man-to-man coverage 60% of the time, more than anyone in professional football, and the ripple effect and trickle-down effect, I think, is going to be felt in a way that we can't realize because he's only missing his 3rd game in his career.
Yeah.
And so because of that, I'll have Houston at home, who they're a different team, finding a way to beat the Broncos 26-23 in a nail-biter. Great show, Phil. Fun show. Have a great weekend. Everyone out there, be kind to one another. Thanks again to Skippies for having us. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy all the football. It's Denver Sports Tonight coming up next.
Can the Broncos offense stay red hot against the Texans? How will Vance Joseph handle the absence of Patrick Surtain? We'll break it all down in the Fan Football pregame show. Live on game day starting at 9 a.m. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Halloween. Happy Friday. Phillip Lindsay here with the one and only Williams Jewelers. And guys, I know that there's at least 50 of you guys out there listening right now that wants to pop the question. And you know you need a diamond. So I'm going to save you some time and money right now by saying this. Go see my jeweler, Williams Jewelers, for the perfect diamond engagement ring, the ultimate holiday gift, or just because that special someone deserves it. This holiday, imagine the finest jewelry legends all in one store together, treating you just like family, and their service is going to reflect that. So come shop the finest loose diamonds in Denver. They have every size, shape, and price range you can imagine in the largest selection of engagement ring settings I've ever set eyes on. And not only are they going to share the secrets of the business with you, they're going to give you the best price in Colorado, guaranteed. So why wouldn't you want to create moments and memories by going to Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche, Denver's first family of fine jewelers, located in Tree Creek North on 3rd Avenue and in Inglewood at Broadway and Bellevue. And don't forget to let them know that Phillip Lindsay sent you when you step through one of those doors.
At Berg Simpson, we are passionate about what we do. We bring that passion and our expertise to the office and courtroom every single day. We're always working hard and are committed to doing everything